We open on a group of total strangers who just blinked into existence in a place none of them recognize. First to speak up is Jenna, who says she lived alone in a remote forest and has no idea why she's here. The guy beside her was just a farmer. Same story, he doesn't know a single thing either. Then the theories start flying. Where are we? Is this a dream? Did some mage drag them here to be experimental test subjects? One guy is mostly just annoyed that it's harvest season and he's got crops waiting on him. Without warning, then a fairy chimes in to explain the situation. Their so-called master has torn open a crack in time and space, and they'd all better get ready to fight. Before anyone can really process that, they get yanked somewhere new entirely. Tempers boil over fast. One hero accuses the others of kidnapping him and starts demanding answers. The loudmouth decides the cure for all this confusion is a quick lesson in manners, which is a polite way of saying he throws the first punch. It goes about as well as picking a fight in a place full of armed strangers usually goes. A system message calmly pops up to announce a cause of death: suicide due to stress. The fairy basically shrugs and says, "I told you not to do anything stupid unless you wanted to die." And just like that, the mood in the room drops through the floor. The man who did it insists it was self-defense. Bold claim, given he started it. Now everyone's losing it. He's dead, an actual corpse, and a party gets force assembled around them. Heroes dragged and dropped into slots whether they agree to it or not. The master, it seems, has finally decided to start playing. Another crack in space, and time rips open above them. And whatever's on the other side does not look friendly. "Wait," somebody says, "just wait a minute." The fairy explains they all want to climb the tower, right? So the master gets to choose their weapons for them. Again with the tower, a stat screen flickers up. Malmont Carl, level 1, class novice, basic swordsmanship. The fairy notes a precious 2-star hero just died, so the least they can do is cooperate. Helpful tip from the game: heroes with no weapon get a rusty old iron sword by default. Drop better weapons into storage and they'll equip them. Good to know, terrifying to need. Then a name we'll be hearing a lot. The master, listed as anything, obtains a low-grade bow and a morning star. One hero turns to a quiet guy and asks, "You're Han, right? You seem to know this place." Han admits he hasn't been here long either, or so he says. There's something he's clearly not telling them. Then the dreaded word. One poor soul panics. He's never fought anyone in his life, not even as a kid. Pick a weapon, think later. "This one's mine," someone blurts, grabbing the first thing they see. The corpse from earlier. Is that magic? Before they can ask, the fairy barks at all 5 of them to get into the gate now. One of them eyes a low-grade wooden shield and decides hiding behind it is a perfectly valid strategy. Why do we even need weapons, they ask. Where are we? What's with the fairy? The fairy's answer is basically fewer questions, more killing. Just enter the arena and the rest takes care of itself. Another death message. 2 more heroes return to the goddess's embrace, which is a very pretty way of saying they're dead. Somebody finally clocks why these things are happening. An entire other party gets annihilated on the first floor before our group even moves. The game cheerfully forms the next party. Han, Jenna, Dagiel, Grit, and Cal. Whoever's left, step up. One of them is hobbling and blames arthritis. His teammate points out he was walking fine 2 seconds ago. "Shut up and get ready," snaps another as the panic spreads. Nobody here has ever held a spear, let alone swung one in a fight. They're dropped into what looks like some kind of ancient temple. Cold, silent, and absolutely the wrong place to be unarmed. The system spells it out. This is the first floor of the main dungeon. Climb the tower, save the world. 0 stages conquered so far. The gate is opening, get ready. No more stalling. It's go time. "Where are we?" somebody whispers, as the temple gives way to something far worse. Mission type, subjugation. Objective, annihilate your enemies. It's a battlefield. The fairy reminds them like it warned, you fight or you die. and the enemies are already coming. The system twists the knife. Jenna, Dagil, Grit, and Cal are all struck with fear. All stats reduced by 30%. They scramble at the walls. Why can't we get out? Let me out, I need to leave, somebody screams. Get rid of it immediately. How pathetic, a cold voice mutters. Then simply Han. Because of course Han is about to do something. He turns to the hunter's kid. You know how to use a bow. My father was a hunter, the kid says. Han will draw them in up close while the kid rains arrows down. Think you can manage that? Here they come. The shield user freezes, having never actually used a shield in their life. Steel meets monster. And the first real fight of this nightmare begins. No turning back now. This is what survival in Pick Me Up actually looks like. Quick breather, courtesy of a recruitment ad for Korean translators. Back to the carnage. Now we rewind and meet the other side of this story. Somewhere out in the real world, a guy is hunched over his phone, grinding a mobile gacha game called, you guessed it, Pick Me Up. The pitch is simple. You craft materials, you support your heroes, and you out-strategize the tower. Standard gacha brain rot, basically. At that moment, the game's blowing up. Millions of downloads, a flashy transcendental advent event, free gems, the works. And our player, he's the guy cursed with absolutely horrendous luck. Moments later, the new dungeon has a brutally low drop rate for the Book of Reversal, the item that can forge a 7-star hero. Naturally, there's no reason not to dive in. His logic is beautifully cold. Whether a hero is 1 star or 6 star, one death and they're gone forever. So he'll send a recon team he doesn't care about into the Advent dungeon first to scout it out. And the moment it opens, the entire 38th party is hit with fear. Why are these guys so terrified? He wonders as something looms in the dark. Level 999. The thing's name is gibberish, an obvious system error, and it has just noticed them. His whole recon team dies before he can even read the boss's attack patterns. He got nothing out of it. Then the bug turns and says 2 words. Suddenly the game is creating an account. Choose your name, it says, the name it suggests. Will you use it? He didn't even hit yes, and the game accepts it on its own. Anything, it says. Welcome to the world of Pick Me Up. And just like that, our unlucky player has been dragged inside his own game. A beat later, he comes to inside the game's interface, the world rearranging around him. A grand tutorial voice sets the stage. This is Townia, a land where humans live alongside other species, now invaded by an unknown enemy. You, Master, if you want to save the world, climb the tower. Many heroes will join you, it promises, which sounds great until you remember what happens to the heroes. First tutorial quest. Take down the goblins that invaded the town. Classic gacha onboarding, except he's living it. What is this message? He mutters, staring at a UI only he seems to be able to read. But Han doesn't need long to accept his new reality. He's a practical guy. He braces himself. Combat proceeds automatically. The game wants him to sit back and watch his heroes fight a high-class battle on his behalf. Hands off, just like the mobile game it is. And the heroes deliver. He follows some instinct in his brain, unable to bring himself to kill another living thing directly. Han levels up. Rewards delivered, check your mailbox. What just happened? Am I inside a game? He wonders. This scene is way too familiar. Pick me up. The game even prompts him, Master, want to pull for a comrade before the next stage. First summons free, here's 500 gems for a high rank pull. Super rare, the banner teases. And just like that, the Master anything receives a hero. A summon, summoning a summon, the layers of this thing. Shay Lathastery, a level 1 knight with genuinely good stats, looks around confused. Did you summon me? Who are you? She introduces herself, then squints at his name. What a weird name. They get auto-dropped into a party together and sent right back into the dungeon. She clocks immediately that he's a newbie. Your form is bad, she says. It's my first time, he admits. Shay levels up, takes MVP. She's carrying him and they both know it. An overwhelming stat difference. She's 3 stars above him, so Han has no complaints riding her coattails. But this, he notes, is exactly where his problems begin. The game cheerfully unlocks synthesis. Click the tab, it chirps. He summons another, Isel, and freezes. She panics right back. How do you know my name? What are you? I'm Han Seojin, he says. Han Seojin from Seoul, Gangseo District. He demands to be sent back while he's still being polite. Are you from Earth? She asks. Of course I am. Where else, Mars? The absurdity is not lost on him. Master, the system interrupts. The synthesis is starting. And here's the cruel mechanic. Synthesis enhances one hero by combining 2. One of the pair becomes a sacrifice to power up the other. Power up, it says, like it's a good thing. Han watches Shay get selected and does the math. No normal player would ever kill off a 4-star to keep a 1-star like him. So this, he thinks, is how I die. Except it's Shay who starts dissolving into light. You're disappearing, she gasps. It makes no sense, you're a 1-star and I'm a 4-star. I wasn't chosen, Han says quietly. She's gone, sacrificed to make him stronger. Han, she breathes, not understanding what just happened to her, as the monsters close in. The old men yell that the monsters are coming. Somehow, against every rule of the game, Han survived. He pieces it together. The master either fumbled the drag and drop or wasn't paying attention. Han got lucky precisely because the player was an idiot. And that, he decides, is exactly why this is a garbage game. Let's think about that later, somebody says. Get over here. Still, the question gnaws at him. How was I summoned inside Pick Me Up? His mind drifts back. A level 999 bugged monster looked right at him and laughed. It must have been that thing. The bug that said, found you. That single moment dragged him out of his living room and into hell. He reassures himself. I'll be fine once we get back. He knows this game inside out. There's almost no player control in combat. The heroes do most of the fighting on their own. And yet somehow it racked up millions of downloads worldwide. From the outside, he reminds himself, you observe this world like a god looking down. Are you having fun? He asks the absent master, with no small amount of bitterness. Item crafting, tactics and strategy, hero ascension, plus a pile of hidden features. He knows every system. The trouble is, now he's a piece on the board, not the hand moving it. Master, oh master, he thinks, watch me survive to the very end. Jenna levels up. Rewards 2,000 gold, steel, copper, leather. Then the bill comes due. Died in combat, died in combat. Malmont, Rail, Ranto, died in combat over and over. Kelcard, Jackson, Madeline, Greet, Dagil, Cal, a whole roster gone in a blink. In Pick Me Up, heroes are ammunition. Han makes a decision. Whining is for children. He won't complain anymore. This is the world of Pick Me Up now, and he's going to live in it. He faces an ugly truth. He's only a 1-star. In this game, a 1-star hero is meaningless. Disposable, lowest quality, garbage-based stats, terrible growth rate. At this rate, he can't even escape being fed into a synthesis like Shay was. His goals crystallize. Survive, take revenge, and return home. None of it is possible unless he gets stronger. It reminds him of his military days. He's been in survival mode before. He also needs to get mentally tougher. You can't last in a place like this with a fragile mind. He grew up fine with no parents and no one protecting him. Resolve settles over him. I'm training to kill monsters, he thinks. The why barely matters anymore. He spends the whole night thinking about what to do from here. I won't be a burden, he tells the others. Nothing changes by whining and crying anyway. Then he turns to Jenna. Honestly, he always preferred staying home. How good are you with a bow and arrow? So, she says. Novice class, low-rank archery, a unique skill. She's lower than him in raw stats, but she has something he doesn't. Her own unique skill. Without warning, she's a diamond in the rough. All right, he says, I'll help you. His dad always told him connections are everything in life. Isn't he a great dad? Han notes dryly. The bond starts to form. Jenna feels goodwill toward Han. An intimacy bonus is created, granting stat boosts for partying together. The pop-ups are getting a little annoying, he admits. Then, Isel, are you there? Isel, the Archer admin, is as busy and as prickly as ever. I'm not answering anything no matter how many times you ask, she snaps. Climb the tower yourself if you're so curious. He can read her level. Isel 257 right there above her head. You can see this, she startles. Her flustered reaction tells him everything. He's definitely not a normal hero. Master, she mutters, just pray he doesn't notice you. Because what the master did was insane. He compounded a 4-star, Shay, into a 1-star, Han. There's a 1% chance of pulling a 4-star from a paid summon, and the idiot wasted that luck on a mistake. And since Pick Me Up is locked to the phone, it can't even be restarted. Han starts to wonder, does time here move differently than on Earth? He tests a theory on a sneering hero. The fairy can't actually touch him, he realizes. She can only interfere in cases of self-defense or when the master's orders are disobeyed. He'll map out the rules one at a time like this, adapt or be eliminated. What are you two even talking about? A confused bystander asks. Han lays out the plan. They can probably get out once they reach the 100th stage, which means fighting a lot of monsters, which is why he's training. Will it just be the two of us? Jenna asks. The master can summon others. Ultimately, though, their lives sit in the master's hands. After a full day of training, Han discovers another interesting rule of this world. If you imagine something you want, it appears in a drawer or a closet. Guns and the like don't work, sadly. Training results vary too. And he finally understands something that never made sense as a player. Heroes of the same rank can have wildly different combat power. The pieces are starting to come together in his head. Then, the difference comes down to two things. The master ignores heroes prone to panicking. On the 3rd day of training, the dreaded greeting returns. Welcome to Pick Me Up. Islet Han, level 5 now, novice, stats climbing, with low-rank swordsmanship and shield techniques. Slowly but surely, he's becoming a real fighter. Get ready, the master is here. It's been 3 days, Isel reminds him. The master begins summoning new heroes. A party holds 5, so expect 3 more bodies. And right on cue, 3 more terrified souls drop in. Where am I? One screams. That's what I'd like to know, another fires back. Get ready to fight, we'll explain once we're safe. No time for a tutorial. The monsters are already here. Han can't even arm them. Grab a weapon before it's too late, the system urges, but the guys from last time all died and took the gear with them. Everyone out, a newcomer panics. What are you? Where did you come from? Take me back. It wasn't me, Han snaps. I was dragged here too. There's no point explaining now. They'll understand in a few minutes the hard way. My wife is waiting, one cries. I'm just a poor farmer, you've got the wrong person. Listen to me when I tell you something, Han says flatly, nodding at the corpses piling up. Or you'll end up like those guys. I'm sorry, the man whimpers, far too late. Have fun, the fairy chirps, and shoves them into the meat grinder. New battlefield, same nightmare. Jenna, are you ready? The fear debuff sweeps the rookies. Aaron, Toby, Yelsons, all stats slashed 30% against goblins and prairie wolves. Stacked odds as usual. What is this? One of them gasps, staring down a beast for the first time. Even Jenna's hit with fear. Han teases her to lighten the mood. You scared too? Did you eat something bad? Don't scare me like that, she huffs. Then all business, you take the 2 goblins. He moves in. Steel finds its mark. But the thing doesn't go down clean. It's not dead, he grunts as it thrashes back at him. He plants himself and swings again, a breath between blows, still not dead. Is it because my weapon is trash, he wonders, just one at a time then. Moments later, he resets his stance and throws everything into the next strike. The blade bites deep. One down barely. What happened to the goblins? A stunned rookie asks, looking at the carnage. The field goes quiet. Jenna's been busy too, peppering them with arrows. How many did you shoot? Han asks. Stop, it's dead, she says. Han and Jenna level up. 5,000 gold, iron ore, leather. The grind pays a little. Congratulations on clearing the second floor. Proceeding to the third. What's happening now? A survivor mumbles, still in shock. The world fades around them. Complete the third floor, the system says, then the master has logged off. Phew, Han exhales. The fairy acts exhausted. We're the ones putting in the work, Han mutters. Why are you the one who's tired? He does the math. If time flows 3 times faster in here than in the lobby, the next time the master can log in is 3 days out. Islat Han, level 6, strength up 2, intelligence down 1. He'll take it. Why do I have to fight? A newcomer wails. These people lived their whole lives far from any front line. To survive, you fight, Han tells them. You can think about it later. I've never held a sword in my life, one protests. Now he understands why they call 1-stars disposable, and why a 2-star like Malmont gets to be called a mercenary. A thought nags him. Did some heroes know they'd be summoned? Did they know their reason and goal for fighting? Shay would have known, he's sure of it, judging by how she acted. How can people like that even exist, he wonders. He files the question away for later. We'll see what happens, he says. You don't die while actually fighting. At this rate, they'll just vanish anyway. In the next battle, he decides, only Jenna and I will fight. The rest of you don't need to worry. The rookies bristle. We were bleeding while you all stood behind us doing nothing, he reminds them. The hierarchy of competence is forming fast. He moves to the front. Moments later, he tanks while Jenna fires from behind. Han's basic swordsmanship levels up to 2. His shield techniques level up to 2. The system rewards the grind in real time. Then he weaves through the swarm. Shield up, blade ready. He takes a hit. Are you okay? Jenna gasps. I told you not to worry, he grits out. I'll be fine, just hold this place, he says. Han obtains the pain tolerance skill. Suffering is becoming a stat. I won't stop, it's fine if it hurts. The pain is proof I'm alive. Again, he barks at himself. Can we please stop? A rookie begs. Welcome to pick me up, the world chimes. If the master shows up, tell them to come to the square. You're adapting better than I am, Jenna admits. I'm quite driven, Han says. Understatement of the year. A rookie cracks, sick of fighting and sick of eating only potatoes. You're going to make us fight again, right? I don't want to, I just want to eat potatoes. But there's no opting out. Goal, annihilate all enemies. Han's weapons and technique have come a long way. There's nothing to it, he says. Just do it like we did in training. And just as he figured, the third floor is a pushover. Jenna takes MVP. Reward, 7,000 gold or leather. This seems pretty doable, he thinks. That one was actually kind of boring. Famous last words in a game built to kill him. The master has a sadistic efficiency. No XP unless you fight, so he makes the disobedient heroes run laps through floor 1 over and over to force up their activity. Is the first floor at least safe? A rookie hopes. Seems the master isn't totally heartless, Han notes. Emphasis on totally. The rewards trickle in. But the master won't let it end easy. Floor 1 again. Floor 3 again. Han farms MVP after MVP, grinding himself sharp. He's getting fed up. For how long do we have to babysit these guys, he mutters. Don't worry, he tells Jenna. He has a plan forming. Then the air shifts. Master, synthesis has started. What's that? A rookie asks, dread creeping in. Drag and drop the heroes you want to sacrifice. We get a god's eye view of the master's lounge. A whole facility. Synthesis chamber, armory, workshop, training hall, holding cells. An entire war machine, and the heroes are just inventory inside it. The machinery of the game grinds on. Somewhere above them, the master's hand hovers over the screen and makes a choice. Han and Jenna have both been favorited. Then the order. Jenna, Elson, go into the synthesis center now. Me, he thinks. You'll probably be judged for what you've done, he tells a panicking rookie. All I did was get dragged here for no reason, the man cries. That's just what you think, Han says. The chamber doors seal. Will you synthesize? The prompt asks the unseen master. You did this, the rookie screams, let me out. Light begins to gather. Jenna levels up and gains a new skill, Eagle's Eye. Han watches another man dissolve into light. In this place, the useless are sacrificed, he thinks. It'll be my turn next if I'm not careful. He files it away, cold. The survivors stand in the silence, the dead leave behind. That's it, right, a rookie babbles, I'm going home, I'm leaving this place. Sure, Han says, you can keep deluding yourself. Then, synthesis complete. Toby has become light and disappeared. Gone, just like that. The rule is now brutally clear. The moment the master decides you're not needed, you vanish in that room. A rookie breathes, finally understanding. A beat later, the weight of it settles on the group. I see, you knew it all along, a rookie says to Han. Listen to what your father told you if you want to live, Han answers, only half joking about those life lessons. Suddenly, the survivors are very eager to please. I'll be in your care, one says, bowing. Did you eat something wrong? Han deadpans. That's exactly why I'm making it clear now. Please take care of me. Amazing, Han thinks, how fast fear builds loyalty. He just looks at them. Whatever the case, one rookie admits, it was cowardly of me to leave the fighting to the two of you. How can I trust you? Han asks. I'll kneel if you want, the man pleads. Han considers it. But you fight so well, the rookie marvels. That's because I'm determined to fight and survive, Han says. He hands him a spear. Not an expert, but he heard it's one of the easiest weapons to learn. You know the concept of melee, mid, and long range. The lesson begins. What are you doing? Han barks. Get ready to fight. Fight, the rookie squeaks. He fumbles the stance. All I ever had back home was a scarecrow. The man wails, swinging wild. Is this all you can do? Han presses, even when your life isn't on the line right now. Tough love, drill sergeant edition. Aren't you being a little harsh? Jenna asks. You're better off than me, Han says quietly. I have no one. What would happen if you never go back? The question hangs there, heavier than he lets on. Don't start something you can't finish, he tells the recruits. He drills them until the form sticks. A new milestone. 500 gems consumed on construction. They can move freely now, and the blacksmith is finally available. I sell, come out if you're there. Who are you to order me around? She snaps. Han plays his card. The one who sent you was anything, right? Can you use the internet? If you can interfere with the system, you can browse the web too. I can, she admits. Web surfing is my hobby. You know Loki, he asks. Of course, she says, eyes lighting up. I'm a pick-me-up admin. Sir Loki is a master among masters, she gushes. The god of pick-me-up. He'd be rank 1 if he just had a 7-star hero. Why do you like Loki? Han asks. Because he makes the impossible possible, she beams. What did you say? Han says, a slow smile creeping in. Facility level 3 unlocked. Level 2 facilities expanded. The base is growing under his command. Why do you like Loki? She repeats dreamily. Because he makes the impossible possible. You don't know that as a pick-me-up player, she scolds him. Really sorry, Han says, suppressing a grin. Loki, she sighs, like a fan saying a celebrity's name. He lets the moment stretch. Check it yourself, he says. If you don't believe me, should I give you my Google account too? You, she gasps. She's stunned silent. You can climb to top member just by having Loki's autograph. She stammers, realizing she's been talking smack to the actual Loki this whole time. Damn it, she thinks. Han Seojin, the disposable 1-star, is the legendary god of the game. He lets that sink in. Isel shows off the base. 13 floors in the lounge alone, capacity for 2,000. Most buildings are end-game tier infrastructure. So what? Han shrugs. A master is here now. Then what about the 2,000 troops? She snaps. If you're that unhappy, send them off. She can't, and she knows it. She's still only a mid-level admin who gets pushed around. Anyway, she says, the owner of this account, anything, is a human from Earth, right? And the heroes being summoned aren't AIs. Correct, Han says. Their origin world is a bit different, but... He's just a player who likes playing pick-me-up, she muses, not realizing how wrong that framing is about to feel. Han presses for answers. Who brought me here, he asks. I don't know, she says. You don't know. Can't answer that either, she says. Are the other masters' lounges like this, he asks. All a bit different, but the base is the same. And here's the truth that breaks the game open. The system that supposedly summoned infinite AI heroes with thousands of patterns was a lie. A quantum AI roguelike with infinite content. The heroes everyone assumed were AI are real humans. The infinite content was actually millions of separate, real worlds. The things in the game were the reality of other worlds all along. Which means his careless decisions as a player, every sacrifice, every hero fed to synthesis, could have been a death sentence for a real person. The guilt lands like a hammer. He looks at Jenna with new eyes. She's a genius, growing at a speed no one star should be capable of. A real person with real potential that he almost threw away. But she could die if this keeps up. The lighter mood returns as the rookies bicker. I went easy on Aaron, one brags. Don't get cocky and follow me, Han warns. The recruits start fighting over who gets to be his #1 servant. From death cult to fan club in record time. Shouldn't you be working? Han asks Isel, who's now hovering like a fan. Anyway, Loki's #1 servant is me, a rookie declares, so watch out. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything, Han sighs. Who even is that, Isel wonders. Time to use his edge. Open the storage, he orders. Han finds steel, leather, and planks waiting inside. Isel, open the forge now. What are you planning, she asks, nervous. From talking to Isel, he confirmed it. He's half master, half hero, which raises a delicious question. Can he get into areas only masters can reach? In a place like this, he thinks, that changes everything. He fires up the master crafting minigame. The system stacks penalties on him. No expert, no blueprint, success rate listed as horrible. Then it asks the difficulty. He picks extreme hell. Isn't that a triple penalty? Isel yelps. Just watch, Han says. It's a minigame meant for masters. Most don't bother, but the rewards are spicy. 3 minutes on the clock. He cracks his knuckles. The puzzle unfolds in front of him. His hands move like he's done this 1,000 times. Han crafts a well-forged longsword. Sturdy, light, and sharp, the materials patched together by pure skill. This is what a god of the game can do even with garbage inputs. He doesn't stop there. Complete success again and again. A balanced short bow, a sharp long spear, a shard iron shield. He's outfitting his whole party with gear that should be impossible at this tier. Aren't you gonna make more? Isel asks, dazzled. He's already moving to the next plan. Properly armed at last, the group heads up. Duty type, conquest. Goal, kill all enemies. The tension is real, Han notes. With gear this good, other people might literally try to steal it. He calls the shots like a commander. You take the harpy. Aaron, protect Jenna. They move as a unit now, not a panicked mob. Aaron gets a little too hyped. Let's do it together, he howls. Don't make a fool of yourself, Han warns. I'll try not to, Aaron squeaks. Aaron levels up. MVP Han naturally. 10,000 gold or leather. What's going to happen to me? A rookie frets. You're alive and you've even been added to favorites. Really, the man gasps. I made it, he sobs. I made it. In this game, being favorited is the difference between a future and the synthesis chamber. Subordinates, Han muses, watching his ragtag crew. Nah, he decides. He's building something different. Meanwhile, we glimpse the wider board. Other masters' bases like Niflheimer, run by Vice Master Surus, with heroes like Yernith. Since it's an AFK game, the Vice Masters handle things. They're so wise and sharp it makes you wonder if they're really AI. They are very much not. The The camera lingers on these distant players. "Suris, are you really going to go?" someone asks. "I'll leave the rest to you," the vice master says, setting something in motion. Back home, Han's base keeps leveling. Lodging upgraded to level 2, hero capacity increased. Training center to level 2, training efficiency up. The smithy, woodwork shop, and metal shop all merge into one equipment workshop. He's running an actual war economy. The heroes watch their world transform. What happened, a newcomer marvels. Is this master person a great mage? How is this possible? The master put money into it, Han explains. Makes sense, things are finally getting fun for the whale upstairs. It probably feels like he's playing with real people instead of zeros and ones, Han thinks. The grim punchline, of course, is that they are real people. Han breaks down the economy for us. The master is rich, dropping 65,000 won on a new package. Pick Me Up doesn't hand out gems for clearing missions like other games. Barely any free gem events either. There are only a few ways to earn gems for free, so a spender is a good master to have. Su A10 summons. Summoning again, Han notes. Time to invite guests to the housewarming. There are 2 methods. Regular summoning costs gold. Advanced summoning burns gems. The whale, of course, uses gems. And a fresh wave of confused humans tumbles in. "I was home a moment ago," one cries. "Is this a dream?" Who knows, another mutters, already exhausted by the question. "Survive on your own," Han tells the newcomers coldly. "I'll explain everything to the ones who live. Triage by survival." But he's smarter than the system. Is anyone a carpenter, he calls out. A blacksmith, a tanner, a cook. He's recruiting for the base, not the meat grinder. What is that small thing? A newcomer gasps at the ferry. The waiting room system itself is changing, evolving toward the bigger Niflheimer structure. The base ticks over to its next stage of growth. "Now focus, everyone," Han commands. "Are there any carpenters among you?" At that moment, the new arrivals scramble to find their place. Moments later, the lounge system upgrades. A new party forms: Hansen, John, Jid, Teddy. The cold logic returns. If you have no stars, you fight with your body. Feeding the useless even cold rice or potatoes is a waste. The master starts separating the useful from the disposable, thinning out fresh 1 stars by throwing them into the dungeon. "Hurry up and get in there," the system barks. Adapt or die by natural selection, probably just stage 1. And the dying starts. John returns to the goddess's arms. "They should have explained it better," someone says. "There's no need to explain to people who die on the lowest stage," comes the cold reply. Teddy follows him into the light, 2 dead already. "I can't do that," a rookie refuses. "I'll fight with you." "What?" Han snaps. "It's not your fight, back off." He's protecting them even when they don't get it. The line holds. Aaron wants to join the party. "Will you accept?" Tip: heroes often crave combat and fight better when they choose it. "It's good that you're helping them," Isel warns, "but don't set a precedent like me." "Got it," Han says, ignoring her completely. He accepts anyway. The heroes grumble about the gods. "Aren't the gods supposed to listen to every single voice?" One complains. "Our voices aren't heard." Also, somebody shows clear distaste at the cooking. "Good, you understood the intent," Han says. "Let's head back." "Are we finally escaping potatoes?" a hero pleads. Hope flickers in the group. "There's a dining room now. Can we eat expensive food?" a hero begs. "As long as the master doesn't decide we're useless," Han says. "It's like we'll be eating steak." "Hyung Nim, I'm okay with turkey," one offers. "Do you remember what I just said?" Han deadpans. The base feels almost like a home. Then the cook problem. "This bastard said he was a cook," Han growls, pulling up Dolph stats. Level 1, novice, possessed skill, none. He doesn't even have a cooking skill. "Does anyone here actually have one?" he asks. Me, a small voice offers. "Will you make Chloe the cook? Dolph's spot will be taken." "Wait, I'll make something better." Dolph panics, his bluff officially called. Chloe steps up to the stove. And it's a revelation. Yummy, the heroes marvel. Potatoes can taste this many different ways. Turns out it just took someone with actual seasoning and the cooking skill. Han keeps the carpenter and cook in line. Make yourselves useful in other ways, he says, if you don't want to end up dead. He levels with the terrified rookies. I'd never fought either before I got here. You guys can do this. Coming from the one carrying them, it almost sounds believable. At that moment, he puts the fear of God into Dolph. Lie to me again and I'll recommend you as the first sacrifice to synthesis, he says. Non-combat jobs have higher survival odds, but spots are limited. If someone better gets summoned, you're back on combat duty. Adapt or Die, Base Management Edition. From the second day, the quiet life starts to shift. Only 3, he notes. Guide, Hansen, and Dika, the boys 20 and under, show up to train. Everyone else is scared and looking for a place to hide. He clocks the gap. There's a 7 or 8 stat difference between him and them, the gulf between a child and an adult. On Earth, short-term growth like this would be flat-out impossible. Jenna's archery has already hit level 5. These people are evolving. One kid was first to train and last to leave, but never got a useful skill. The 3 in front of him all have level 1 swordsmanship, maybe because they're close in age and their spirits sync up. Hi Young Nim, you're so strong, one says. Because I'm high level, idiot, Han replies. He watches the next wave roll in. More people keep coming, and there will only be more. But why, Han wonders, hasn't the master pushed to the 5th stage? It's been a long time since he cleared the 4th. Something about that gap bothers him. It's the idea of a boss stage, he realizes. Even he isn't 100% sure he'll survive it. After all that thinning and training, how many will still die, and to what hellish extent will the difficulty spike? He studies the team that has to face it. Jenna, Han, Aaron, Guide, Hansen, Dika, with Endk and Chloe on support. A small, scrappy crew about to be tested. But first, more grinding. Floor 4, subjugation, annihilate the enemies. Routine by now. Don't be nervous, he coaches the rookies. You guys are just shields. You don't need to force the attacks. You've got a spear and arrows backing you up. He sets the line. That's the formation, he says. Instead of individual cowards, combine all your strength. He's turning scared farmers into a phalanx. Guide and Hansen level up, MVP Jenna. But Han's mind is elsewhere. He doesn't know what the 5th floor mission will be, and some missions, he knows, he won't be able to handle alone. The masters logged off longer than ever. The second 10 pull landed a blacksmith and a tanner, and equipment production kicks into gear, the smith, tanner, and carpenter all collaborating. And 3 people who never showed up to train, who said they'd just run and look for an exit, got synthesized. In this world, refusing to adapt is a death sentence with extra steps. Junk floor again, a hero groans. I want to go to the next floor. Isel, we're advancing to the 5th today, right? I think so. Oh, we're really doing the 5th floor, the heroes buzz, half excited, half terrified. The gate opens. They step through into the unknown. Hi Young Nim, there aren't any monsters, a hero says, uneasy. First we'll head to the city center and assess the situation, Han orders. Fall in line. This isn't a subjugation mission, he realizes, his gut tightening. Then a scream. Something's very wrong here. The city is bone dry and empty. This is completely different from everything they've done so far, Han thinks. All that grinding was nothing compared to this. Jenna, he says, can you climb that clock tower? Do you see anything? He calls up. I'd like to think I saw it wrong, but she falters. What do you see, Miss Jenna? A hero begs. Please wait, she stammers, horror creeping into her voice. The whole group holds its breath. How many, Han demands. Thousands, she chokes out. Mission category, survival. Goal, survive the horde. Enemy count, 1,846 goblins, against a party of 8. The number just hangs there. I wish it weren't the case, Jenna says. Come down for now, Han orders, mind already racing. Hi Young Nim, did something go wrong? A kid asks. He runs the clock in his head. 10 minutes, he announces. After the enemies arrive, we just need to stay alive for 10 minutes. Then that's doable, a hero says, relieved. Our luck isn't good, Han mutters, knowing better. Avoid the main streets, he commands, head to an alley. There aren't many high rises, but heroes keep getting, quote, pulverized in low buildings. Isn't there a better spot, someone asks. There isn't, Han says, so they'll just burst through eventually anyway. He's choosing the least bad death trap. He picks the ground to die on, or not. Yeah, we'll try it. I'll take the left passage, Aaron the right, Guide and Hansen the back. We fight in shifts. Don't help use the downtime to catch your breath. Jenna, you're on standby at the intersection. Use arrows sparingly, shoot only when I call it. A real commander's plan. Then the timer corrects itself. And it's not lobby time, it's aligned with real time. 3 times worse than he hoped. Damn it, he curses. They couldn't even finish building the barricade. They're coming, a hero shrieks. The first wave hits the alley mouth. It's one pattern, Han calls out. Block, then stab. If you're stupid, you die. Keep it simple. Steel rings against the flood. Have I ever lied to you? He shouts to steady them, hacking through the front rank. He sets his feet and holds. We can't die in a place like this, he growls, refusing to break. The whole party, Jenna, Han, Aaron, Guide, Hansen, locks into the choke point, and the real test of floor 5 begins. The horde presses in without end. Guide, switch with Hansen, Han barks. I can still go on, the kid pants. Shut up and do as I say, Han snaps. Managing their stamina is as important as the killing. He critiques even mid-slaughter. The kid's low level and his technique sloppy, getting excited and wasting strength. 1 slash is enough, Han thinks. 1 slash per monster to maximize efficiency with the least stamina. Stab, slash, stab again. And he notices these things are weak, no stronger than the first floor. But there's a lot of them. Way too many, he grits. Do they have no fear at all? They just charge ahead like they want to die. That spot's the most dangerous, he calls. Jenna, help Guide. Jenna, I need you to pick off the goblins that cross over, he orders. Got it, she answers, knocking an arrow. Did you say 10 minutes? A hero gasps, drowning in green bodies. Han doesn't have the heart to remind him it's 30. The alley becomes a meat grinder in reverse. And they hold the line, 1 slash at a time. Guide takes a bad hit. Bleeding inflicted, HP draining over time. Guide, switch with Hansen, Han orders, hang in there. Don't worry about him, take his spot, stop the goblins. The math of survival is merciless. The line wavers. Then Guide breaks. Fear debuff, all stats down 30%. My hand, he stammers, staring at his own trembling fingers. Damn it, Han hisses. The pressure mounts. Sorry, Guide whimpers. Stop the bleeding, Han shouts. Guide, if you don't switch, Hansen dies. Every second has a body count. They scramble to rotate. Bodies pile in the alley mouth. Guide, can you switch, Han asks. Why, yes, the kid forces out. I can fight. Courage from a 15-year-old with shaking hands. Han eyes his own blade. The sword, he grunts. He expected this. It's better than the F-rank rusty iron sword, but it's still just a normal iron sword. They can kill goblins, but barely. He carves another path through the green. I can still go, a kid insists. Rest while you can, Han barks, don't be stubborn. 3 minutes left. Hang on for 3 more minutes. Already, a hero gasps. Don't worry, even 10 seconds is a long break, Han says. Jenna, shoot arrows on Hansen's side. What, but she hesitates. There's no time to argue. We all die if they break through on his side anyway, Han shouts. Use all your arrows. All right, she answers, abandoning rationing. The volley buys a heartbeat. Hansen, switch, Han calls. The boy stumbles back, gasping for air. And then it goes wrong. A blade finds a gap. Guide, Han yells. Guide is on the brink of death, his life in danger. The horde smells blood. A hero stammers, watching it unravel. Moments later, Guide is on the brink of death. The system repeats coldly. Guide, Han roars. A panicked teammate freezes over a wounded boy. What do I do? Do I take it out? But if I take it out, he'll bleed worse. The worst kind of choice, made by a farmer who held a hoe a week ago. The seconds bleed away. Steel and screaming fill the alley. Han fights to reach them. Hansen, go left. I'll handle things here, he commands. Hyung Nim guide, a boy sobs. But the horde doesn't pause for grief. Fight here instead of thinking about him. Han snaps, hating himself for saying it. Oppa, how much time is left? Jenna cries. Then the world rewards the desperate. The heroes' souls are awakening in a situation that tests their limits. Han's sword shield technique jumps to level 5, pain tolerance to 2, composure twice over to level 3. He's evolving in real time, forged in the fire. But evolution has a price. Hyung Nim, save me, a boy screams. Please save me, I don't want to die. The cry every commander dreads. Save me, the boy pleads again, reaching out. Han makes the cruelest call. Guide and Hansen, if you're going to grieve for them, do it after you make it out alive. Hansen has gone back to the goddess's arms. His fighting spirit will be remembered forever. One of the kids he trained is gone. Are we going to die here? A survivor whispers. You want me to escape alone, Jenna says, refusing to leave. What are you talking about? Han answers. I'll be right behind you. He carves out a retreat. Up, the only way left is up. Aaron, get up too, hold my hand, Han shouts. Okay, Aaron grabs on. He hauls them toward higher ground. Jenna, hold on, he yells, dragging her up. I'm cutting your foot off, he warns a teammate, doing the unthinkable to save a life. Survival here has no clean choices. Aaron is on the brink of death. The goblins are stepping on each other to climb up. Wow, they're clever, Han notes grimly. Even the mindless horde is learning. Don't let a single one up here, he commands, kicking bodies back down. What do I do now? A hero panics out of his depth. We can't hold on any longer. 30 seconds, just 30 more seconds. It feels like it's been an hour, a survivor sobs. Time is the real boss of this floor. The counter crawls towards 0. Han plants himself one last time. You bastards, he snarls, swinging through the pain. The alley is a wall of bodies and blood. Everything teeters on the final breath. He throws his last ounce of strength into the swarm. Han is inflicted with bleeding, his HP ticking down toward nothing. Jenna is bleeding too, her health draining. It's over, a voice whispers, all hope gone. On the 5th floor, Han cedes. The fucking 5th floor. Don't you fucking mess with me, he roars, refusing to let it end here. There's no way, a survivor breathes, watching Han refuse to fall. He drags himself upright. Bring it on, you bastards, Han bellows into the horde. One more swing. Every fiber in my body is screaming in pain, he thinks. But you want to kill me, then make me, spite as a survival mechanic. He becomes a wall of steel. The horde breaks against him. Blow after blow, he does not yield. Down to the last second. I will never stop, he roars. And the timer finally hits 0. The goblins freeze, then begin to fade. Silence crashes down over the alley. Han, Jenna, and Aaron level up, MVP Han. Rewards gold or leather planks. Congratulations, Master, you've cleared the 5th floor. The daily dungeon is now available. They actually did it. Then Han collapses, spent. The survivors stare at each other, hardly believing they're alive. Without warning, the weight of it starts to sink in. They made it through hell. Did we survive? A hero whispers. Yes, Han says. Seeing as we're heading to the waiting room, we cleared it. Is this how it is from the 5th floor onward? If so, that's a terrifying thought. He looks around at who's left. I know, a teammate says, reading his face. Han, great job, Jenna offers softly. But Han's already counting the cost. They died, he says flatly. What she asks, I said they died. The master calls the survivors forward. Genetsu Ray, Islet Han, Aaron Delcut, and the names that won't answer. Died in battle, guide. Died in battle, Hansen. The 2 boys he trained gone in a single floor. The roster shrinks and the grief stays. Han sits with it. But I don't want to think about anything, at least for today, he decides. It'll get busy again starting today anyway. So for now, let's just rest. Even a commander needs a minute. The base goes quiet. Jenna keeps pushing herself. Because I don't want to die, she says. Did she get a skill from yesterday's battle, Han wonders. She's talented and hardworking, a genuine prodigy. He pulls up his own sheet. Islat Han, level 9, basic swordsmanship 5, pain tolerance, composure, and a brand new skill, berserk. He's close to level 10, the cap for a 1-star, which means it's almost time to be promoted to 2 stars. Jenna admires his crafted gear. This looks so nice, she says, reaching for it. She surprises me more by the minute, Han thinks. She's totally fine even after yesterday. But Aaron isn't coming out. Leave him be, Han says. He must be having a hard time. He was close to those 2. Han's read on the others is bleak. They're people who do anything to avoid being synthesized, who rush down the second the master logs on. Guide and Hansen actually had potential. They'd have been useful if they'd been allowed to get a little stronger. Those guys should have died instead, he thinks coldly, then catches himself. Let's just focus on training. Did you do something wrong? Jenna asks. Why are you making that face? If I'd been a little stronger, the 2 of them, he starts. They simply died because they were weak, comes the brutal answer he gives himself. He turns analyst to bury the grief. From everything he's observed, he can guess anything's login pattern. The waiting room runs at 3 times Earth's speed. But in battle stages, time flows at real time. So if the difference is also threefold, that 30-minute survival was actually an hour and a half. We absolutely should have died, he realizes. Isel, meanwhile, holds him up as an example. Learn from Han, she tells the others. To clear the 5th floor with a trash team, he's the real deal. The praise rings hollow against 2 empty bunks. Just leave them alone, they'll all come out if you call, Isel says. Party 4 is formed. Han, Jenna, Louis, Joffrey, Owen. Those people and the 2 of us, Jenna frowns. We've never even met them. Don't worry, Han says, it'll be easy this time around. Because today isn't a battle. It's the daily dungeon, the banquet that runs every day. Collect all sorts of rare materials. Are you fighting with us? A new hero named Owen asks nervously. With your strength, I don't think we'll be much help. Don't worry, Han says, you guys won't have to fight at all. Because this is a different kind of run. Tip, the dungeon type changes by day of the week, so check before entering. Where are the enemies? A hero asks. Is it a special mission like the 5th floor? Han just smiles. No swords today. It's a place to gather materials, he explains. What's this? A hero asks at a bin. The trash bin, Han says. No, think of it as a grocery basket. Han gathers trash. The system literally calls it trash, then tells him to throw it away. Throw everything in there, he says. Things pile up and items are crafted from them. Collect 100 branches, the tip says, and you can turn them into lumber if you have a carpenter's shop. Is that really all we have to do? A hero asks, baffled. We don't need to fight. Do we still need to hunt? Another wonders, eyeing the local wildlife. Found it, a hero calls, spotting prey. This looks delicious, Han notes. Do you know how to butcher? Dinner and materials in one. He sizes up the catch. Where are you going? Someone asks as a hero wanders off. Just focus on your hunt, Han says. I'm sick of eating only potatoes too. The potato vendetta continues. They fan out across the forest. There's 30 minutes left, Han notes. Once that's up, we'll probably return automatically. Found it, a hero shouts. The queen of the forest, a rare spawn worth hunting. A promotion material, a low-rank attribute stone. It doesn't always appear, but the spot it shows up at is easy to find. Han knows every secret of this game. He moves to claim it. Today, at least, the dungeon gives instead of takes. Han's grief comes out sideways, dark and prickly. Knowing your buddies are all dead feels awesome, doesn't it? He mutters at the cosmos. Gallows humor is the only humor he's got left. The daily dungeon rotates by day. Monday to Tuesday, Wednesday to Thursday with different zones each block. Friday to Saturday is Kendert Forest, Sunday is Sinmeal Plateau, and on Sunday every dungeon opens at once. Han plans the week like a raid leader. Bring it on, a hero grins, finally facing a dungeon that won't kill him. Eek, a monster, a rookie yelps. A monster where Han sighs. Are you Han? A newcomer asks. Can't you tell, he says, deadpan, elbow deep in butchering. He keeps working. I'm tired as hell, so help me out, he tells the others. How many did you catch? Meanwhile, Jenna is collecting Queen's blood, a rare material. Because the horn can't be cut, she explains, working around the carcass with practiced ease. You can tell the gender just from the head, Han marvels. Of course, she says, I lived in the forest a long time. Then, skill awakened. Jenna receives Hunter of the Forest. Another awakening, Han notes. She's a cheat code. Low rank Wind Elemental Stone. Rank D an elemental holding the forest's energy. Used in crafting and hero promotion. Exactly what he needs. Meat, the heroes cheer. I missed eating meat. Small joys in a brutal world. They're so excited they've already eaten a full deer, Han observes. The potato era is officially over. Sunday rolls around, and every dungeon opens. Today it's the Sinmeal Plateau, where you can earn other elemental stones. Temporary party Han and Jenna enter the plateau, lowest rank. They sweep the open ground. Han knows exactly where to look. Plants of life, he notes. I've seen the image of these before. His player knowledge is a treasure map. He harvests what they need. Resources stack up fast. Are you planning to make a spot for me? Jenna asks. If things get better, we'll see, Han says. Opa, why aren't you taking that path? She presses. He always has a reason. He plots the most efficient route. Then a new challenge. Mission type, explore. Goal, investigate the unfamiliar location. Looking forward to working with you. A new party member chirps. Exploration, another uncommon mission. Hyung Nim, I can't see any enemies, a hero whispers. Then is this like the 5th stage, another dreads. Don't raise your voice, Han orders. Everyone, lower your heads and bodies. If we satisfy the requirements, we can pass the stage safely, he explains. Ahead, goblins level 8. They creep forward. I think I see a goblin village, a hero reports. A whole bunch gathered there, around 100. Far too many to brawl. Aaron, Han whispers. After I aggro the other one, put a spear through its head. Help us if a situation breaks out, he tells the rest. He slips into the shadows. Quiet, precise, lethal. One clean kill. I won't let you call for reinforcements, he hisses, silencing a scout before it can scream. Han threads the village without waking the swarm. MVP work, no army required. He clears the objective in silence. Is it over? A hero breathes. Not yet, Han says. I'll take a look around. Now that exploration's unlocked, this can't be just one mission, he reasons. Even with a random team, that doesn't mean we can't predict what's coming. Always thinking 3 floors ahead. He scouts the perimeter. Is this a large goblin habitat? He wonders, mapping the threat. Why did you run off by yourself just now? A teammate asks. I was just taking a look, Han says, dodging the real answer. Because his real worry is bigger. I don't know if anything saw what I saw, he thinks. This is so frustrating. It isn't time for the streaming to appear, but things are moving faster than I expected. Then, Han, big trouble. Some strange people came by. Strange people come all the time, he says. But these are different. They have weapons and something about them is off, the hero says. The high-rank heroes. Han turns to face the newcomers. Tip, consecutive summons have a tiny chance to pull heroes with affinity, who are stronger together in the same party. I sell, did the master spend money? Han asks. Yes, he bought the newbie advent package for 50,000 won. 2,500 gems and 50,000 gold, Han notes. So these are the high-rank summons. If it were me, I'd have pulled them before challenging the 5th floor. The whale's timing is, as ever, terrible. Still, nothing changes just because some fancy newbies show up, Han tells himself. He's not easily impressed. Hello, one of them calls out. Hello, I'm Sue-Ray, Jenna stammers, introducing herself. He might look indifferent, but he's warm-hearted, Jenna says of Han. Shut it, he grumbles. The newcomer is Eddie's Callan, level 1 but already a thief class, the mark of a 3-star. Low strength and HP, high agility, basic dagger level 3. The real deal. I'd like to talk to you, Eddie says to Han. Do you have time? Do you know about this place? She asks, getting straight to it. I don't know that, she admits when he probes back. What I do know is, I've been summoned here to fight. My head hurts if I try to remember more. The higher ranks come with fragments of awareness. To become stronger by offering others as sacrifices, she says. So there's a real information gap between summons depending on rank, Han confirms. The higher you're pulled, the more you understand the horror. The pulverizing wolves mercenaries, she says, sounds pretty cool. I remember working as a mercenary in Halcyon, but I was already here when I woke up. She's not just a 3-star, Han realizes. She's genuinely skilled among mercenaries, an asset if he can keep her alive. He sizes up her potential. But now the system interrupts. Avent, Jakin, Wave, benign eddies. The master has called for you, come out now. The summons tug at them. Seems the master called for us, Eddie says. And the high-rank heroes are pulled toward whatever the whale has planned. He said he wanted meat and walked off with a whole drumstick, a hero complains. We could have fed 5 people with that. Ask him to give it back then, Han says, refereeing dinner disputes like a tired dad. A new party forms as the master rearranges his pieces. Heroes have joined the pulverizing wolves. Avent, Jakin, Wave, Bainin, Eddies, all 3 stars. Avent is named team leader. Something strange about them, a hero notes. They already have weapons. I have a weapon too, Han says quietly. They don't feel like good people, a hero whispers. Exactly, Han agrees. The cause of the commotion is trivial. All right, newbies, get in, the master's waiting, the wolves sneer. Let's go crazy. Trouble walks in wearing 3 stars. Meanwhile, the base slackers come crawling. It'd be great if you do that for free, one wheedles. You're strong, aren't you? Who was the one who slacked through training? Han fires back, and now you're asking for help. Even though they could have spent their free time learning skills from Chloe or the artisans, they're the guys who barely dodged synthesis while pretending to work hard. Han has 0 patience for freeloaders. The wolves, Avent, Jakin, Eddie's Callan, Wave, Bainin, stand apart radiating menace. Get lost, they tell the lower heroes before I get angry. The pecking order is violent here. Han watches them, reading the threat. Aaron, Han says, while you had your leg cut off and were bleeding like hell, these guys were slacking and sleeping. Don't pity them. Dika, did you just fight? How do you know, the kid asks. There was a request for it, Han says. You guys go in. Why aren't you going in, a wolf taunts. Stage clear, the system chimes. They're all just weaklings, the wolves scoff. Can't believe there were only goblins, not even enough to get me excited. Arrogance, meet foreshadowing. Me, Eddies asks when Han studies her. Isn't that none of your business? You were the one who first spoke casually to me, Han points out. Islet Han, she reads, you have a weapon too. Are you a mercenary? No, Han says, I was a farmer. Farmer, she repeats, skeptical. Yeah, what about it, he says. I see, she murmurs, not buying it for a second. Then the master starts 10 consecutive summons. 10 pulls out of nowhere, Han notes. The master starts synthesizing. Drag and drop the sacrifices. Fresh, confused humans appear just in time to be fed to the machine. Where am I? One cries. The horror restarts for a new batch. No way, a newcomer breathes, realizing what's about to happen. Yes way, the system answers. Who's Lexisol? A voice asks, as names get marked for sacrifice. This is wrong, someone protests. At the very least, they should be given a chance. How is this allowed? But the wolves love it. Haha, I feel like I've gotten a lot stronger, Jakin laughs as he levels up off the dead. Avent Esdahal, Daniel, the next victims plead. What are you trying to do? Save me, please. The wolves feed their own teammates to themselves. What are you doing? A horrified hero asks. Aren't you also part of the pulverizing wolves? To them, loyalty is just another resource to spend. Han has seen enough. Tip, the system gently suggests, if you don't try a one-star hero, you won't know if they're good, so maybe find out before synthesizing. Han's been through a lot since he got here, enough to change a person. Who are you to get in our way? Avent growls. Han steps between the wolves and their prey. The plaza goes silent. Did you just raise your weapon at us? Avent snarls. Avent, let's stop here for today, it's already late, a teammate urges. Shut up, do you know who we are? He says to Han. I do, Han says, completely unbothered. The system makes it official. You've shown hostility to Avent, Jakin, Wave, Bainin. Hostility has formed between Han and the pulverizing wolves. Note the relationships between heroes. He's just made 4 powerful enemies. Do you want to be punished by the master? A wolf threatens. I don't think it's forbidden, though, Han says. That's true, but they falter, realizing he knows the rules better than they do. He calls their bluff. You're a thief troop, Han says. I'm being nice here, and yet you keep crossing lines. The farmer is lecturing the mercenaries. Then he makes his move. But still, he says, open duel. Han is requesting a duel with Avent. Tip, duels resolve conflicts between heroes, and special conditions can be set if both agree. You're totally nuts, huh? Avent laughs. I know how guys like you behave, Han says. The reason you asked if that was everyone in the plaza was to scout us, to check if anyone strong was around. Because that would be inconvenient for you. He's already 3 steps ahead. The plaza leans in. It's simple, Han says. If I win, I consume him. If he wins, he consumes me. Avent agrees to the duel. Both heroes set the condition, synthesizing. Winner takes all, loser ceases to exist. The stakes could not be higher. Open duel, Avent grins, certain of his level advantage. The system confirms the deadly terms. This is interesting, the watching heroes murmur. The arena clears. A beat later, the duel between Han and Avent begins. It ends once one of them surrenders. Survival, not just synthesis, is on the line now. Han doesn't draw his sword. Will you really be okay? Jenna frets. I can't believe you haven't even unsheathed your sword, you fool. There's a method to it, there always is. Avent has basic swordsmanship level 3, but Han has gone berserk. Strength up, HP up, agility up, intelligence tanked. Sword level 5, pain tolerance, composure, berserk. He's stronger than he looks, even at a lower level. The two square off. How dare he act up when our level difference is this big? Avent scoffs. Avent strikes first. And it lands hard. Han goes down. This befits someone who doesn't know his place, Avent sneers. It'll hurt more if you move. Say you surrender, he demands, grinding Han into the dirt. Stop it, we lost. Leave him alone, Han's team begs. Leave him alone, Avent mocks. But Han doesn't say the word. And why are you kicking up a fuss when we both agreed to this duel? Avent says. The ones in the duel decide when to stop. The loser just has to surrender for it to be over. It's none of your business whether he dies or not, Avent tells the crowd. Go sleep or something. He has no idea he's already walked into Han's trap. But now Eddie speaks up. You're just a thief troop going around backstabbing the very people who hired you. Why are you even with them? She asks her own teammates. The cracks in the wolves are showing. Avent whips around, furious. How dare you appeal to the enemy? He snarls at her. Do you have a death wish? Bastard, he spits, the duel slipping out of his control. This is the end for a piece of trash, Avent declares, moving in for the kill. But Han's voice is calm. Stand on the right side, he says, and it all works out. And it does. Eddie's Callan has quit the Pulverizing Wolves. The Pulverizing Wolves mercenary band has been disbanded. Han didn't just win a fight, he dismantled the whole crew. Damn it, Seren, Avent starts. Will you be fine just surrendering, Han asks. Don't forget you'd be consumed by me if you do. Avent realizes there's no good way out. I'll make you regret this, he howls. I'm tired of this now, Han says. Say it quickly. Avent lunges in desperation. I'll kill you if you get in our way, he screams. Gotcha, Han says, and springs the trap he set the whole time. The tables turn in an instant. Han's counter lands clean, and the arrogant leader crumples. Han dispels Berserk mode. I've got quite the headache, he winces. Is that the cost of Berserk? Power always has a price. Then Han has won the duel against Avent. Avent will be used for synthesis. Up above, the master frantically touches the screen, probably trying to cancel. If he was going to do that, Han thinks he shouldn't have allowed the duel. He didn't even know the duel system existed. Han levels up, his skills climb, and he can't help a small smile. This doesn't feel bad. This hero has reached max level. To go higher, promote him. A promotion needs a promotion stone or a same star hero at a certain level, all the way up to 7 stars. The master did 10 summons just for synthesis, Han muses, so he was probably looking forward to using them. Han almost feels bad. They were duds anyway, he decides. If left alone, the waiting room would have been chaos. He'll thank me later. And the real power play. If the master is stupid enough to use me in synthesis now, Han thinks, he'll never climb the tower. Hey, anything, what'll you do now? He's daring the player to throw away his best piece. Go ahead and synthesize me if you dare, Han says, staring up at the unseen god. The remaining wolves don't last. Jaqen, Wave, Banin all marked suicide. The team that lived by sacrifice dies the same way. The threat is erased in a single morning. Han, you're really amazing. The heroes gush, half terrified, half worshipful. He waves them off. Thank you, they say. We heard those newcomers were threatening to kill us. Yeah, they were really evil people. You're misunderstanding something, Han says. I know, a hero replies, we're not that shameless, but since we're alive because of you. Loyalty bought with survival again. What are you talking about? A hero stammers as a chill falls. The master seems pretty furious, Isel warns. Louis, Joffrey, Owen, Audio, Arnold, Duncan. Names get called. Everyone, it's okay, a hero soothes. We're just going to kill some goblins as usual. A party's being formed, but only 5 names get called for that. So why are 6 being summoned right now? What else, comes the dark answer. What nonsense is that, a hero protests. We did our best. Aaron, Dika, Han says quietly. Do you guys think they really did their best? They did help carry the meat and leather I butchered, he admits. But even livestock can carry things. Seems you're only worth as much as livestock. Livestock, a hero gasps, stung. Stop talking, another begs. Please help us, the doomed plead. The master will do anything you ask. Who will they be synthesized with? A horrified hero asks. Just once, please, one more chance. Louis, Joffrey, Owen, Audio, Arnold, Duncan all become light and disappear. 6 gone in a breath, the master venting his rage on the disposable. Don't try to piggyback off us, Han warns the survivors coldly. Don't think there'll always be someone to protect you. Hard words, but he means them as a survival lesson. The base gets the message. What should I do? An artisan panics. Are you asking me to die? Chloe, Enoch, Alter, Patrick, Han says. If someone wants to learn your techniques, teach them. It's not that easy to learn blacksmithing, one protests. If you want to fight, come to me, Han announces, and I'll beat you to a pulp. If you want to learn hunting and butchering, go to Jenna. Carpentry, go to Enoch. He's building a curriculum for survival. Master, would you like to log out? The system asks, the whale finally stepping away. Friendly me, Han scoffs when Isel calls him that. You must be kidding. You told them all how to survive, didn't you, she says. She's not wrong, he admits. If they do as I say, they won't die a senseless death. He's already planning ahead. Closing on the 10th floor, it's time for a second party. Not a lousy backup, but one strong enough to stand on par with the main party. The next morning comes. "Hello, Han," a hero greets him. She said she used to be a baker. The base economy keeps leveling up. "I ground potatoes to make wheat," she says. The potato saga reaches its delicious, slightly absurd conclusion. "Eddie's, follow me to the training center," Han calls. He's investing in his new mercenary. She falls in beside him. "Just do it," he barks, drilling her hard. What she balks. "I can't believe someone so young could get so strong." An onlooker marvels at his crew. Han pushes them past their limits. "All right, let's do this." A trainee's psyche is up. Steel meets steel in practice. "Were you from some famous martial family?" A trainee pants. "Nope," Jenna laughs, "I'm just a hunter's daughter. We weren't this strong from the start. We were probably way weaker than you are now. You'll close the gap between us as you level up," she encourages. The genius turned mentor. In any case, Han tells them, you become as strong as the effort you put in. Don't slack in training. It doesn't matter who you were. Your past doesn't save you here. Your work does. The base hardens into a real fighting force. Is this the aftermath of yesterday's mass synthesis? A hero wonders. There's more of them here now, the population shifting after the purge. Even if they want to be supporters, Han notes, there are only 2 slots per facility, and the rest will soon become synthesis fodder. The cold arithmetic never stops. "You," Han says, picking out a recruit. "I've ingrained what you said yesterday in my mind," the man replies. "You had good posture," Han observes. "What were you before?" "A porter for mercenaries," he says. "I'd carry luggage, stand guard, set up camps." "You fight pretty well for someone who just hauled bags," Han notes. "Come on," Han says. "I'll see if you have the potential to become a mercenary." That evening, the weeding of newbies begins again. The master doesn't care if they want to be supporters or not. Aaron fought but wasn't chosen to level up. 2 more people die. The synthesis target was Usher, who becomes level 3. The others head into the daily dungeons as usual, Israelta Mine, Sinmeal Plateau, Kendert Forest, all open. Life and death, just another day's chores. And that day's dawn breaks over the base. "Be quiet," a hero hushes as something shifts. To decide the party members, a hero asks, "Isn't the master the one who decides that?" Oh, they realize, sensing a change in the system. Something new is unlocking. "You'll all be drawing lots," Han announces, introducing a little fairness into a deeply unfair world. "Since there are 6 of us, it'll be 3 members per party," he explains, building redundancy into his forces. The teams take shape. "She can't do it," someone doubts a member. "What's wrong with me?" she protests. "I can do a great job too." "But why do we even need to split up?" a hero asks. "It's too dangerous to put all the fighting force in one party," Han explains, "if you think about wipe risk and growth efficiency." He learned this the hard way. The ability gap within the party was too big, and they nearly died when Guide and Hansen couldn't keep up. One party could clear the floors, but later missions will need multiple parties, sometimes 10s or 100s of heroes. If they're not around the same level, it's a problem. He's planning for a war, not a dungeon. "No need to be happy if you're on my side or disappointed if you're with Eddie's," Han says. "They're the same." "All right, let's start." "I'm red as well," Han notes, drawing his lot. "No need for the rest to check, then. Looking at your expressions, I guess you don't trust me." "Ah, that's not it," a hero stammers. "It absolutely is." The draw decides their fates. "Eddie's, you guys will be left behind if you can't catch up to us," Han warns. "I know," she says, "since I saw the synthesis yesterday." She understands the stakes now. Party 1, Jenna, Han, Aaron. Party 2, Usher, Eddie's, Dika. The system offers suggestions, but it's up to him whether to accept. "Make a wise decision," it chirps. "Annihilate the enemies. 13 goblins this time." "What a relief, Han," a hero sighs, glad for an easy floor. Han doesn't take it for granted. Then Han has gone berserk, tearing through the pack. He fights with brutal economy. 1 slash, 1 kill, just like he taught them. He scans the battlefield. It's raining, he notes. Second thing to note, the river is flowing. He's already cataloging the terrain for later, the mind of a strategist always running. Eren levels up, MVP Han. 10,000 gold or leather. I was thinking of going to the training center, Han says, restless even after a win. Without warning, Eren, stay here, he adds. Then up above, the master makes another purchase. Newbie potent double package, 5,000 gems, 100,000 gold, all for 90,000 won. Buy anything you want now, the storefront tempts. The whale's wallet is wide open. The amount will be charged to next month's phone bill, the system notes. The master starts a high-rank summon, 2 consecutive pulls, thousands of gems consumed. Han watches the spending escalate. His forces grow. Party 1, Jenna, Han, Usher, Eren, Dika, Eddies. Support, Patrick, Enoch, Chloe. A real organization now. Plus the artisans keeping it all running. Eren, stay here, Han repeats. What the kid balks again. Confirm the charge to next month's bill. The system asks the whale, who doesn't hesitate. And Han nails the psychology. I expected this, he thinks. There are people who never buy anything, but once they start, they can't stop at one. Classic whale conversion, and the master just converted. The master is hooked. The fun of observing humans, the fun of supporting heroes, giving orders and instructions, strategy and tactics. And now PvP. His investment increases the variety of his fun, never once thinking about the real people on the other end. Master Anything obtains Hero Ialka and Hero Roderick. Who are you? The new arrivals ask, dazed. This is, Han starts sizing them up. I brought the lots, what a hero says. Why is she on the ground? Is she unwell? Don't care, Han mutters, eyeing the newcomer. An aristocrat, Eddie's guesses. I can tell after being a mercenary so long. She seems like an immature lady. I wonder what brought her here. The noble is mortified to be on the dirt. Han studies the pair. The other one, Roderick, doesn't grasp levels or skills, but he worked as a guard in a big city, pretty normal except for a strangely high sense of duty. I feel like I need to do something, Roderick says. It's like I've been hypnotized. Compelled to fight, whether he wants to or not. Me and Eddies will draw lots, Han says. Blue is that old man, red is the woman. A veteran guard with experience and an immature aristocrat split between the two parties. Then, incoming, a hero shouts as the noble's nerves spark something. The one on the right is red, which means the one on the left is blue, Han calculates. Damn it, did she see it too, he thinks, catching the aristocrat peeking. He plays it cool. Fire magic, a hero gasps as the noble's hand ignites. Ialka is a mage. How about letting go? Han says calmly to the panicking woman. You saw it too, huh, she realizes. He diffuses the magic without flinching. Ialka Rivel Strasherg, level 1, class magician, intelligence 31, intermediate fire magic. Well, that's good enough for introductions, Han says. Be a gentleman and let this go. The balance will be perfect if we have a magician in our party. A fire mage is a jackpot pull. There's a very low chance for a magician to appear, Han notes. What are you two doing? The noble bristles. I feel like I'm being judged. Ah, you guys saw the lots, right? Things like that should depend on pure luck. I'll mix it so you can't see, Han offers, deciding where each goes. Try thinking harder, Han teases. Do you get it now? She groans, outmaneuvered. I can't believe luck and fairness are being used in the same sentence, Eddie's deadpans. No complaints, Han says. No holding grudges no matter what we pick, okay. He shuffles the lots with theatrical care. It's decided then. No complaints, right? He gets exactly the outcome he wanted, fairly or otherwise. Han invites Ialka to Party 1. Ialka joins Party 1, Roderick joins Party 2. Let me go, the noble protests. Come now, Han says, the mage is his. He drags his new recruits into the machine. People who couldn't learn support skills, Han observes. Ialka, go in for now. Jan and Zenin become light and disappear. Ialka levels up off their deaths. The cruelty never pauses for introductions. If you lag behind, that's what becomes of you, Han tells the survivors, gesturing at the empty space where two people stood. There's no way to avoid synthesis. If you want to live, work hard. How horrifying, a hero whispers. Your turn is next, the system warns another. Help me, they cry. Roderick levels up. Then, the crack of time and space tears open again. Newcomers to the test, the system calls. Party 2 into the crack now. Follow me, the fairy says, you'll be the main character of this battle. All right, Eddie says, stepping up to lead. Do you hate fighting? She asks a recruit. Just answer my question. She's learning Han's command style. A 3-star, a hero marvels. This is so unpleasant, another mutters, dragged toward another battle. The gate yawns open before them, and Party 2 marches into their first real test. Reason to fight, Eddie says coldly to a recruit. If you don't, you'll end up like those people you just watched get consumed. I'll ask again, what magic can you use? She runs interrogations like Han now. Can you use teleportation or any support-type magic? She presses Ialka. That's what a 3rd-tier mage would learn, the noble huffs. So you're saying you can't, Eddie's concludes. You have a complaint. You'll be so surprised you'll fall over after seeing my fire magic, Ialka boasts. Big talk from a level 1. A defense system is more versatile than an attack system, Han notes. He asked because, while she has no skill window yet, there's still a chance she'll awaken one. But it doesn't seem likely. He's appraising her like an investment. Do you have any experience fighting monsters? He asks her. The answer, predictably, is no. Now it's our turn. Get ready, Han says. Party 1 will enter the crack of space and time. His plan is precise. We'll probably go for the 4th floor, since the next floor is likely locked. The 4th floor is enough to test her magic, with its mix of harpies and goblins. What he needs to learn is exactly what type of mage Ialka is. What, the noble balks? The 4th floor can be conquered by one of us 3 alone, Han says. Are you maybe not confident because your level's low? You said I'd fall over after seeing your magic. That's true, but she falters, cornered by her own bragging. Then let's go, Han says and steps through. But the master has other ideas. Master, this bastard, Han swears, reading the screen. Main dungeon, current challenge floor, the 8th. It's the 8th floor, everyone. Focus and draw your weapons. Didn't you say you'd stand down? And weren't we going to the 4th floor? His team panics. The master overrode him on purpose. Shut up, Han snaps, mind already shifting to survival mode. He's telling us to get fucked, a hero realizes. Or he's saying using the 4th floor as a test is too boring. Han squints. I think I've seen that before. Don't be clueless, he barks as the threat materializes. The enemy crashes in. Shit, to think it's those guys, Han curses. Floor 8, subjugation, annihilate the enemies. Goblin raiders, level 9, 27 of them. Not one, almost 30. Isn't that basically a cavalry charge, a hero gasps. Aaron, Han commands, snapping the team into position. Can you do it, he asks. Yes, the kid answers, I'll try. The raiders thunder toward them. Steel and hooves collide. Han meets the charge head-on. He fights to hold the line against the cavalry. Each raider hits like a battering ram. He carves a raider from its mount. Aaron, he calls. Yes, the kid answers, holding his post. The melee turns desperate. Don't make me do it myself, Han growls, pushing his team harder. How long, a hero pants. 1 minute, Han says. He buys every second with his body. The raiders keep coming. Ialka's fire finally roars to life. Burn it, Han orders, directing her flames into the pack. The cavalry scatters under the blaze. I can buy time, but blocking all of them will be tough, Han calculates. I might need shield magic to stop a couple of bolts. Ialka, you can hit incoming shields, right? Tactics on the fly. She lines up her shot. No way, forget about the barrier, Han pivots, adapting when the plan slips. Ialka pushes her magic past its limits. Ialka rivals Strasherg, level 2 now, intelligence 36, fire magic climbing. The investment is already paying off, but the fight isn't over. The raiders regroup for another pass. Han plants himself in their path. One more wall of steel. They break against him again. How persistent, he grits, refusing to fall. He cuts down another rider. Islat, a teammate, calls, watching him bleed and keep swinging. Then the flaw shows. Don't tell me she can't even use mobile casting. Han realizes, watching Ialka root to one spot to cast. A mage who can't move while casting is a liability in a melee. He adjusts around her weakness. What are you doing? The noble shrieks as he repositions her bodily. You're such a handful, seriously, he mutters, hauling her out of danger. See that forest, Han says, let's go in there. Wasn't it blocked off a while ago? A hero asks. We'll figure it out, Han says, always with a plan. Use your magic to bombard this area, he orders. My hands hurt, the noble whines, just a little gentler. There's no gentle in a cavalry charge. Did you hear what I said? Han snaps. I did, she huffs. I think we can enter, he decides, blasting an opening. Why am I being treated this way? The pampered noble laments. Han says flatly. How can anyone treat you badly if you're dead? The brutal logic of this world, delivered as a pep talk. Islat, go in too, it's dangerous, a teammate urges. Go ahead, Han says. I'll be there shortly, he adds. Han has entered a berserk state and turns to buy them time. He throws himself back into the swarm. Blood and fire fill the forest's edge. He holds the rear alone. One against the herd. This side is annoying too. He grunts and keeps cutting. The raiders flood the gap. Han meets them blade first. He fights to keep them off his casters. Islat, a teammate, cries as he disappears into the swarm. He refuses to give ground. Damn it, my stamina, he grits, the berserk burn catching up to him. But he keeps swinging. Steel flashes through the green tide. Another raider falls. He staggers, then steadies. Just deal with the ones headed your way, he barks at the rookies, simplifying the chaos into something they can survive. The line holds by inches. Han carves out breathing room. The raiders wheel for another charge. He braces for impact and takes it without breaking. Finish it, he urges his team. The tide finally starts to turn, but the numbers are still against them. Han buys one more moment. Cover Ialka, he commands. She winds up something big. The air around her begins to shimmer with heat. Everyone, clear out, Han orders. This is magic, a hero gasps as the temperature spikes. Eren, Jenna, Han calls, pulling them back to safety. He clears the blast zone. If I can't beat them with force, he thinks, I'll beat them with skill, working smarter when the body gives out. He gives Ialka her opening. How was that, the noble preens? It's useful, right? She's not wrong. A wounded raider whimpers, scorched. Seems like you've learned how to say cocky things, Han notes dryly, but the results speak for themselves. Her flames roll across the battlefield. The raiders burn. Screeching, the horde is consumed. Han shields his eyes from the inferno. Haha, that would have been bad, he admits, having nearly been caught in it. A glass cannon with friendly fire issues. Unnai, get a hold of yourself and run, a hero shouts mid-chaos. Run away, Opa, the magic isn't ready, Jenna warns as Ialka taps out. The casters scramble to regroup. Ialka pushes for one more. She drains herself to the dregs and nearly collapses. At this rate, we'll be swept away too. A hero panics as the last raiders close in. Han steps back into the breach. Damn it, they're coming again, a hero yells. He meets the final charge. Blade against the last of the cavalry. He cuts them down one by one. And the field finally goes still. Silence settles over the scorched ground. Reward, 20,000 gold, rank B iron ore, wolf leather, MVP Ialka. The mage earned it. Eren and Ialka level up. More than 20 goblin raiders in one go, Han marvels. So this is magic, a real game changer. I told you so, right? Ialka gloats. If I showed you, hahaha. The noble's bragging finally has teeth behind it. Ialka arrives, she slurs, then drops. Unnigh, a hero cries. Her mana's depleted, Han notes. She consumed all of it, the downside of going nuclear. So her nearby party members have to protect her during that window, Han concludes. She can't use support magic, and her strength, stamina, and agility are all below a 1-star. A devastating cannon strapped to a fragile frame. Firepower is the answer, the heroes cheer. But power is something to take note of, Han thinks. A weapon this strong is also a weakness if it's left exposed. Party 1 stands victorious. Jenna, Han, Ialka, Aaron, battered but alive. The next day, the first thing anything does after logging in is build a magic facility. Even the whale can see the mage is worth investing in. The facility begins construction. Tap to select. The magic research lab is complete. Research skills unlocked. The base is becoming a proper magical institution. The alchemy lab lets them synthesize items. The library lets mages develop knowledge. The 3 annexes combine into a new facility, the Magic Hall. Han's little settlement is turning into a war academy. Ialka, of course, is appalled. Why is a high-ranking person like me doing this ridiculous training? She huffs. I'm someone who uses their brain. Then just eat potatoes, Han says. The great equalizer strikes again. She glares, but she trains. That dress is custom-made magic clothing from her family, Han notes. A magic item that boosts the strength of fire magic. Ialka's not just a mage. She came pre-equipped with a family heirloom that amplifies her power. Compared to the training I do, this is nothing, Han tells her. This ridiculous training, she fumes. Seems like Ialka wants potatoes for dinner, he says. I'm going to go tell Chloe. The threat that always works. She decides on balance to keep training. Ialka Rivel's Strasherg trains in the new magic hall. Thanks to the dungeons rotating all week, Israelta Mine, Kendert Forest, Sinmeal Plateau, they gathered every material needed. All that stockpiled loot was just waiting for Han's instructions. Jenna, watch her so she doesn't run away, Han says, deploying a babysitter for his prized mage. Then he tries the alchemy. So this is what it looks like, he says. There's a book, but I can't read it. Some barriers even Loki has to brute force. It's a minigame for making potions, he realizes, and dives in. Han crafts low-grade health potions one after another, the master's touch obvious. Great success again. As expected of Loki, the system practically cheers. 6 health potions and 2 magic potions, a tidy little pharmacy. He pockets the supplies for the floors ahead. Yes, well, that's obvious, since we're not doing another gacha, Han says. Do you know why I put this brazier here? He asks the team, with a glint in his eye. Han, what are you doing? A hero asks nervously. We also need to get used to it, Han says, lighting the flames. He makes them stand near the fire, on purpose. Closer, he counts. 8, 9, 10, training their tolerance step by step. They grit their teeth and endure. Since I heal right away in the lobby, Han reasons. Ialka uses fire, and we need to fight alongside it. What if we're not used to the fire? We'll be the ones who get burnt first. He's drilling out friendly fire casualties before they happen. When do we stop? A hero whimpers. When you stop flinching, basically. He shows them exactly what carelessness costs. What happens when we're careless? He says, demonstrating the consequence. Do it when no one's watching, he tells a struggling hero. I don't have a bad habit of watching people scream. What I did was just an example. Understood, the hero says, getting the message. The lesson lands. What, that doesn't make sense, a hero protests the harsh method. Are you going to run far away every time Ialka uses magic? Han counters. She can't use shield or teleportation magic. If we can't protect her, she dies. Brutal, but it's the truth. Aaron, I'm sorry, but you've got another job too, Han says. What's that? The kid asks. He starts assigning specialized roles. If you want to fight while enduring that, you need a pain-resistant skill, Han tells him. Do I need to, like level 2, Eren asks. No, Han says, more than that. And you'll learn switching, he tells Eddies. It's a skill that lets you swap between dagger and arrows instantly, anytime, short or long range, fighting and changing on the fly. Versatility is survival. I use arrows more than daggers, though, she notes. He's building her into a hybrid anyway. From now on, we'll use a triangular formation with Ialka in the middle, Han announces. We start training tomorrow. It doesn't suit you, but Eren and I can't protect Ialka alone. When that happens, you defend her. The mage is high maintenance, but worth it. And the training pays off with a satisfying boom of controlled fire. Party 2 will go to the 9th floor to gain experience, Han plans. As long as the chain quest is active, there's no way only one party will be needed. Even anything would know to develop a sub-party. He lists the mission types he's bracing for: subjugation, survival, escort, breakthrough, assassination, protection, siege, pursuit, and escape. He's preparing for all of them. On the 10th floor, there's a mission where at least 2 parties participate, he explains. As much as it's a cooperation quest, the danger can't compare to what they've been through. His sub-party grinds through the 9th floor, bleeding for every level. Pain is the price of admission, but they're getting stronger fast. The gear keeps improving. The E-rank flimsy leather is enhanced to D-rank iron plating. Eren and Han pick up daggers as backup weapons. The 2 trainees from the hall each join Party 1 and 2, a real 2-front army now. Did you predict what the mission is? Han asks Isel. Can you solve this difficult problem? I'd be a god if I could, she says. I was wondering why you came looking for me, but you're here to ask useless stuff. You are a god, he teases. Then a darker thought. Games are mastered through failure, but right now, anything doesn't know what failure is. At this rate, the moment we fail is the moment I die. His life depends on a player who's never lost. The plaza fills up. What's going on? A hero asks. That little fairy didn't call them here, right? Something big is coming. It's been 30 minutes since anything logged in. The fact that he hasn't done anything means he's thinking. Han reads. Do you wish to challenge the 10th floor? The whale is finally weighing the big leap. Han senses the hesitation. There's still an incomplete aspect, he notes, knowing the team isn't fully ready. Then they're deployed. This man seems like he can't see us, a hero says of a figure. Excuse me, can you not see us, hey mister? Is he an NPC? Another asks. There are many occasions where an NPC shows up in a mission, Han notes. He knew cooperation wasn't going well, but this is how it's done. This city looks familiar, Han murmurs. Now that I think about it, I've seen this place before. It somehow looks different. No way, a hero gasps. It is familiar. The realization spreads through the group. It's that it hasn't been destroyed yet, Han says. Party 1 Jenna, Han, Eren slotted in. Plus Ialka, Shern, and Party 2, Usher, Eddies, Dika, Roderick, Macon. 2 full squads for the co-op trial. This is the ruined city from the 5th floor, Han realizes. If there's something different, it's that it's whole, intact, before the catastrophe. The scale of it dawns on him. Wait, Han, the timing's a little strange, a hero warns. It's all over the place. Something about this mission doesn't add up. And to survive, we need to complete the mission, Han says. The mission hasn't started yet. It seems like we have time to relax, but it'll be better to gather information. He never wastes a free minute. He starts scouting the intact city. This looks like the best place to see the progress of the battle, he decides, claiming high ground. And then he sees it. I don't want to die yet, a hero whimpers. There are thousands of goblins in the North Forest. Goblin count over 2,000. Isn't that a siege ladder cart, Han notes. This isn't a brawl, it's a war. The Eastern Army is even bigger, but at least they don't have siege equipment, Han notes, cataloging every detail. He counts the defenders. Maybe 350 human soldiers in the castle against thousands of goblins. The ratio is 10 to 1. Just looking at it, it's the worst-case scenario. But the mission hasn't even been announced yet. Still, he finds the angles. There are enough NPCs to use as bait, and they have a mage who can concentrate on area defense. Soon, he thinks, the roulette of fate will spin. Party 2 has joined. Then the warning hits, a 3-part alert signifying the highest difficulty. Floor 10, mission type, defend. Objective, stop the fall of the city. Shit, Han curses, this isn't survival, it's a defense mission. The hardest kind. His forces, Ialka, Jenna, Han, Aaron, Roderick, Shujin, and more. With 350 NPCs, that's around 360 soldiers to fight thousands of goblins. Everyone's here, he says, but it's nowhere near enough. The cruel twist, the heroes can see and touch the NPCs, but the NPCs can't hear or see them. The refugees are streaming toward the city center as goblins pour in from the north and east gates. Ghosts defending a city that doesn't know they exist. Don't tell me, a hero dreads. The mission is to defend. Defend, another repeats. Our job is to protect the city and stop the enemies from breaking in. A last stand, basically. No way, a hero panics. How about retreating, leaving the city to launch guerrilla attacks? No, Han says. My guess is the win condition is to annihilate the entire invading army. There's no running from this one. Han, the statue is glowing. A hero shouts. All eyes turn to it. So we need to protect that statue while fighting the enemies, a hero says. And if we don't, we'll all die, Han finishes flatly. No matter where we are, the moment we fail, we die. That's a ridiculous condition, a hero protests. However, Han says as long as this place is a game, even an impossible mission has a strategy. There are lots of goblins, but the only siege equipment is the ladder carts, and only the North Army has them. He's already found the thread to pull. Do whatever you can to destroy the ladders that hook onto the walls, he orders. Are you saying that's our role? A hero asks. Seems like you have complaints, Han says. I'll listen to your opinion. A commander who still hears his people out. The objection dies on the hero's lips. If you guys can hold the walls, the most dangerous spot, our defense efficiency improves a lot, Han says. That's not what I meant, the hero mutters, having no better idea. Han keeps working the math. We'll hold a little longer, he admits, but in the end the goblins break through. That's the difference in numbers, more than 10 to 1. Even with us, it's just 10 to 2. Recalling the 5th floor, these goblins won't retreat. Thinking logically, this is a fight we can't win, so he stops thinking conventionally. There's a river to the east of the city, he says. Think back to the 7th floor. The one where it rained, Jenna remembers. Did a dam collapse? The pieces start clicking together. I'm sure there's a meaning behind why the game sent us to that rainy floor, Han reasons. Every detail in a game is a clue. He works the puzzle backward. Ah, a hero gasps. Now that I think about it, I heard something. I heard the sound of horse gallops beyond the river. A crucial detail, dropped at the worst possible time. Han's eyes go wide. Then that means, he starts, the plan snapping into focus. Why did you tell me something so important only now? Han groans. The classic NPC info dump, hours late. If you need to, use the soldiers and refugees as bait, he commands. Even if it's tough, close the gates and hold out until we return. Cold, but it's the only way. Huh, that's the plan, a hero balks. Isn't it too sloppy? What are we even doing? It's too dangerous, a hero warns. That's right, Han says, but we need to. The best plans here are the desperate ones. Go out the east gate and kill the goblins, he orders. We need to stop the dam from collapsing. Then that means, a hero realizes, the full strategy clicking into place. Party 1, Jenna, Han, Aaron, mobilize for the sortie. Plus Ialka, Shujin, and Party 2 on the walls. The whole army splits for a 2-pronged gambit. So what we need to do is go out the east gate, kill the goblins, and stop the dam from collapsing, Han repeats, locking in the plan. Yeah, the team answers, steeling themselves. They move out. Stand in line properly, don't cut, a hero barks at the chaos. Go in one at a time. I just barely got past another pants. Even a sortie has a traffic jam. Yes, sir, the team answers. As soon as the gate opens, use stage 2 flames, Han commands. Understood, Ialka says. He's here too, a hero notes. Aaron, pull the gate, the pulley that opens it. It's turning on its own, an NPC cries, terrified by the invisible heroes working the mechanism. What's that sound? Stop it. Han, there are already so many goblins gathered right outside the gate. We're going to stop the soldiers from interfering, Han says. What's happening? An NPC screams. Did an evil spirit invade? To them, the heroes are poltergeists opening their gates into a goblin horde. Then the fire erupts. Ialka's flames roar out the gate. The goblins outside are incinerated. At that moment, the defenders watch in holy terror. Is it a ghost? An NPC shrieks, "Where is this bastard?" "I won't let you," another stammers, swinging at empty air. From their side, the city is being saved by vengeful spirits. The heroes push through the breach. Then rain begins to fall. The rain won't stop her flames, right, Han checks. Magic fire doesn't care about weather. Fly away, Ialka shouts, scattering her blaze across the field. Don't blow up the gate, Han warns, threading her firepower past their own defenses. They carve a path into the horde. Yes, sir, I'll go ahead, a hero says. Drink one each time you use it, Han reminds Ialka, handing over the mana potions. I know, she says. His alchemy is keeping the cannon loaded. She downs a potion and reloads. I can use it 100 more times. Ialka grins, drunk on her own power. Are you still planning on following us? Han asks a straggler. I understand. A hero gasps as the gate starts closing again behind them. If you're going to close it quickly, Han barks. No turning back now. The only way now is forward, he says, committing fully to the gambit. Ialka, stage 1, Han calls. It's fine if your firepower's weak. Spread your flames and cover as many areas as you can. Crowd control over raw damage. She begins the cast. 20 seconds left until Ialka casts. The system counts. 19, 18, 17. The clock ticks down while the horde closes in. The seconds bleed away as the goblins close. 12, 11, 10. Ialka holds the cast. The horde is almost on them. Han stands ready to cover her. Hold, he urges. And the magic lands. A wall of fire erupts across the field. The front rank of goblins burns away. Run through, Han orders. The heat passes through their leather armor, but it's somewhat bearable, thanks to all that brazier training. The prep work pays off again. Ialka, cast again, he calls. Because of the rain, the fire barricade is dying fast. Aaron, support our right flank. He conducts the chaos like an orchestra. They punch deeper into the horde. Change positions, Han commands, rotating his fighters to stay fresh. Move forward, he urges, driving toward the river. Every step is contested. We'll continue like this until we reach the river, Han says, eyes locked on the objective. The dam looms ahead through the smoke, but the enemy isn't mindless anymore. Something shifts in the goblin ranks. Han feels it before he sees it. A new kind of pressure. The horde reorganizes. Now Han shouts, pressing the attack. But the goblins don't break like they should. Now he calls again, harder. And they hold, adapting to his moves. Something is directing them. The goblins' pattern suddenly changed, Han realizes. We just used fire magic, but they started charging forward despite it. They should be afraid. He scans the ranks for the cause. It's because of him, Han spots it. A commander among the goblins directing the swarm. There's a delay in Ialka's casting, and they're exploiting it relentlessly. We can't move forward like this. He's seen through our plan. Shit, Han curses, he's uselessly intelligent. A thinking enemy is the most dangerous kind. And now they're in a death trap, low on oxygen and surrounded by fire. Fire resistance increases tolerance, Han knows, but it doesn't make you immune. They're cooking in their own strategy. Everyone gather up here, Han commands. I'm only going to say this once, so listen up. We can't fail. He's about to gamble everything. I'm talking about a chance to tear that decorated monster apart, he says, marking the commander for death. Cut off the head and the body falls. He commits the team to the strike. They charge the commander together. I'll do it, Han says, leading the spear. He breaks through the bodyguards and closes on the goblin general. Steel finds the thing directing the slaughter. Maybe using magic once isn't enough, Han thinks, as the commander resists. He presses the attack. Burn, Ielka roars, pouring fire onto the target. The commander staggers, and Han drives the killing blow home. The decorated monster falls. Moments later, the Horde's coordination shatters in an instant. Don't talk, Han tells a wounded teammate. Although magic is powerful, it can't kill all of them. The win was never about raw damage. It was about breaking their mind. Without their head of command, the goblins face a choice. The heroes are just an obstacle. Do they put their lives on the line for their original goal, the fortress, or do they stop to remove the obstacle? Their commander is gone. What will they do now? Han is betting his life on goblin psychology. The Horde hesitates, leaderless. Did they choose the fortress? Han wonders, as the mass surges past them. They did, ignoring the bleeding heroes to chase their original target. Couldn't you have put me down more gently? A hero groans, dropped to safety. I thought I was going to die. The reason we survived, Han says, is because we killed their commander. Decapitation strike, textbook. They live by the narrowest of margins. This is just the beginning for us too, Han says, already bracing for the next wave. Floor 10 isn't done. Sure enough, more shapes emerge from the smoke. Goblins level 9, 19 of them. Everyone get ready to fight, Han orders. No rest in a defense mission. He resets his stance. Han, that's, a hero stammers, spotting something. This time, yeah, Han confirms, recognizing what's coming. He grips his blade, ready for the next phase of the siege. An ogre level 23. They brought a big friend, Han mutters. The difficulty just spiked again. The hulking beast lumbers toward them, dwarfing the goblins. Level 23, more than double anything they've faced. A walking wall of muscle. Ielka, create a firewall and stop the goblins, Han orders. Eren, protect Ielka. I can stop the goblins, but what about that monster, she protests. Stop talking nonsense and start, Han barks. No time to debate. If I get hit even once, I'll die, Han thinks, eyeing the ogre's reach. This is a no-mistakes fight. He circles the giant. You can't do anything in the face of unparalleled strength, the ogre's presence seems to say. Even though it'll take more time, Han reasons, the only way is to chip it down gradually. Death by 1,000 cuts. He darts in for a strike. And out again before the club lands. Hit and run, over and over. Oh, I think it's working, Han notes. Since the target is large, it's actually an easier opponent than the goblins. A big slow enemy has big slow openings. He carves into its legs. Does it even have vital points? A teammate wonders. Ha Han, this is, a hero warns as the fight shifts. Damn it, Eren has his hands full with the goblins, Han notes, the support crumbling around him. We need to take the risk, he decides, committing to a dangerous opening. He dives inside the ogre's guard. The pain, he hisses, taking a glancing blow. But he holds on. This bastard is a male too, Han notes grimly, finding the only weak spot that matters in a desperate fight. The ogre roars in agony. It doesn't matter, Han grits, pressing the advantage no matter the cost. He hammers the wound again. The giant reels. But it's not down yet. Is it going after Ielka? Han realizes. Jenna, lure it with your arrows. He redirects the beast away from his fragile mage. Jenna's arrows draw its rage. Ielka, A hero screams as the danger swings toward her. "What's that?" Han mutters, a vague doubt nagging him. "It's going for the dam," he realizes. "Jenna, stop it. The whole mission hinges on that structure." "You think I'll let you do that?" Han snarls, throwing himself in its path. He cuts off its charge. The ogre crashes down at last. Steam and silence. "That was close, but we barely," a hero pants. "Barely is still alive in this game." They take a ragged breath. Then the horizon fills again. "What should we do now?" a hero despairs. The relief evaporates. "Because the goblins are crossing the river. At this rate, 10 people from parties 1 and 2, alongside 360 soldiers defending the fortress, will need to stop more than 3,000 goblins. The math is a death sentence. What should we do now?" The question hangs in the air, heavier than ever. "Hi, young Nim, I got rid of the remaining goblins," a hero reports. "What should I do now? At this rate, I have to stop over 300 goblins with just 10 party members." The scale keeps outrunning them. Han's mind races for an answer. "What do we do now?" "Hi, young Nim," the team looks to him, the way they always do. He stares at the impossible odds. "We need to set up a second plan," Han says. "Is there even such a thing as a second plan?" a hero asks. "Wait," Han says, an idea forming. He scans the battlefield for an edge. "Move," he shouts, repositioning the team. They scramble to new formation. And then the unexpected happens. "Ialka, you," Han starts, as the mage does something new. "Who said to hide your best skill, huh?" he scolds her. "I'm sure I told you to tell me every magic you know. I thought I didn't need to mention it because it's such basic magic," she says sheepishly. "Well, we survived thanks to you," Han admits. Her hidden trick just bought them a lifeline. Her secret magic reshapes the fight. "Damn it, did they bring back more?" Han curses, as fresh waves appear. He grips his blade tighter. "It's been a while since the stage started, but there's still no sign of support coming," he notes. "I'm starting to get anxious. The reinforcements he's banking on are late." Even Han, who can now use level 2 magic himself, is running out of tricks. He's learned a little of everything, but everything isn't enough against 3,000. He steadies the line one more time and waits for the cavalry he's praying exists. Because without it, this is where the siege ends. The thing he was praying for. A banner crests the ridge. The Iron Lion cavalry, the horse gallops Jenna heard beyond the river. Reinforcements, right on cue. They thunder onto the field and slam into the goblin flank. Ally NPC, Iron Lion cavalry, has joined the battle. "Aaron, Jenna, go to Ialka instead of just standing there," Han orders, redeploying now that the odds have shifted. The tide finally turns. "We're still outnumbered," Han notes, "but they're much stronger than the city guard soldiers. Quality over quantity at last." They're pushing ahead, a hero cheers, as the cavalry carves through the horde. "I'd like to join them, but," Han says, "do you guys know how to ride horses?" He's always looking for the next edge. He requests a skill book, basic horse riding, 500 gems. The hero learns it on purchase. "Will you buy it?" the system asks the master. "Heroes can't learn skills directly tied to battle," Han explains, "but they can learn basic ones like this." Han has learned basic horse riding. He's expanding his toolkit one purchase at a time. "I know now," he says, a new plan clicking. Then he mounts up. It's now Han decides and rides into the fray. He leads from the saddle. "This shitty game won't just let it end like this," a soldier mutters. We divert to the sides. We're bedding away from the battlefield. "Pardon, sir, shouldn't we be protecting the north gates?" The NPCs are confused, but Han knows the script. He executes his real play. "Yes, sir," the rain completely stopped, a hero reports. The weather itself is part of the puzzle. The goblin riders were waiting to ambush from within the forest, Han realizes. If I block their path with Ialka's magic, we can disrupt their attack. The 7th floor rain, the dam, the forest, every clue snapping together. Ialka's fire seals the forest path. The ambush is sprung early, on Han's terms. Thank you, a saved cavalryman gasps. Don't mind that and keep fighting, Han barks. No time for gratitude. Show them the power of the Iron Lion cavalry. Their captain roars. And they do. Reinforcements have arrived, the system confirms. The defense holds. The goblins finally start to break. Yes, sir, the heroes rally. They press the rout. The horde collapses across the field. Ialka's role ends here, Han decides, since her mana will overflow if she casts anymore. If it goes on like this, the whole forest burns down, but that doesn't matter. In fact, it's better. That forest was a goblin breeding ground anyway. They'll be cleansed by the fire, scorched earth by design. Half the cavalry fell to the ogre's ambush, and the battle continued against the remaining goblin riders who joined after. If Han hadn't set the fire, the cavalry would have been wiped out too. His foresight saved the whole counterattack. Something is wrong. The screen flickers. What's going on? A hero asks. There has been an error in the server. You have been disconnected. The game itself just glitched. Please wait, the system stalls. Look behind you, a voice whispers, cold and wrong. And there it is, level 999, the same monster that dragged him into this world. Its name is the same garbled error code. It has found him again. The thing that started it all. You bastard, Han breathes, staring down his personal apocalypse. We cut away to another player entirely. With a party full of 6-star members, they broke through the 88th floor, the first in Korea. The wider world of pick-me-up is far deeper than Han's 10th floor. Connecting to server, the game churns. This master reflects on the game's genius. You can give basic commands, but the heroes figure out which skills to use on their own. There are many times they're rendered unable to fight for unknown reasons. But if this were a game where rank and luck decided everything, I wouldn't have gotten this far. The feature that made him obsessed. Climb the tower and save the world. Main dungeon, current floors 88. Today's dungeon, Israelta Mine, upper rank, 5 hours remaining. The endgame whales are operating on a completely different level than Han's struggling crew. That bastard is from back then, the high-level master gasps. Level 999. The bug is appearing on his screen too. There's no way, he stammers. You bastard, he echoes, recognizing the same error monster. And a new horror crawls out of the corruption. Wait for you, the thing rasps. Dark Disciple, level 15. A monster that shouldn't exist here. Dark, the system repeats, unable to explain it. The bug is spawning things that aren't in the game's code. Pick-me-up itself is breaking. Reconnecting to server, apologies for the inconvenience. Opa, what's wrong? Jenna asks Han. Whatever he saw in that glitch shook him. He stares at nothing. Hey, stop spacing out. A teammate snaps him back. He shakes it off barely. It's not over yet, Han says. Dark Disciple, a monster that hasn't been reported to appear on the lower floors. Something is very, very wrong with this game. And it's headed straight for them. The corruption spreads across the battlefield. And the dead begin to stir. Something rises from the corpses, the siege left behind. Han feels the dread before he understands it. Run to where we first came out, he shouts. Living corpses, over 2,400 of them. The Dark Disciple is raising the dead. They make living corpses from bodies that meet certain conditions, Han realizes. Every goblin and soldier who fell is now ammunition for the enemy. The horde of the dead lurches forward. Close it again, he orders, sealing the gates against the new threat. But there are too many. Protect the goddess statue with eddies, Han commands. It should be fine if you lock the gates. Hold on until I come back. He's splitting his forces for a desperate gambit. How, with all those monsters, a hero despairs. Eren, get your act together, Han snaps. Are you going to make it back alive with me or not? I'll go back with you, Eren vows. Opa, Jenna calls after him. They lock eyes for a heartbeat. Don't die, she says. You too, Han answers. In this world, that's as close to a promise as anyone gets. He charges into the dead, blade against rotting flesh. The corpses swarm him. I'll take them one by one if I have to, Han grits, refusing to be overwhelmed. He carves a path through the horde. Damn it, is it back alive too? Han curses, as something he killed gets right back up. The dead don't stay dead. He hacks through them again. The endless tide presses in. He fights toward the source. A corpse lunges, and he cuts it down with a roar. Still they come. But Han doesn't stop. He pushes deeper. I just need to get rid of the disciple, he reminds himself. It disappeared into a forest in flames. Kill the necromancer, and the army of the dead falls with it. Then he vows, I'll kill you. He plunges into the burning woods after it. The whole forest is an inferno now, and full of things that won't die. The corpses have lost most of their skills and physical ability from when they were alive, Han observes, but on the other hand, their desire for meat has increased immensely. Slower, but relentless and starving. They climb the ladders in random patterns, he notes. They make me want to split them in two, so he does. She's doing great despite the situation. Han thinks of Eddie's at the statue. What we have to prioritize is protecting the goddess statue, the win condition above all else. Attack, defense, the battle splits across two fronts. Open the gates, the refugees scream. No, save us, the cruelest moment of the siege. Moments later, open the gates, they beg. There's nowhere for us to run, please save us. But opening the gates means letting the dead pour in. There's no version of this that doesn't cost lives. Han steels himself against their cries. A beat later, Han's flame resistance is now level 2. Even in the worst moment, he's still growing. He pushes through the fire and closes on his prey. The dead claw at him from every side. I know you're here, Han growls, hunting the disciple through the smoke. But the cost mounts. Shern falls into a state of fear, all stats down 30%, and Maken returns to the goddess's embrace, another name added to the list of the lost. Han hears it and keeps moving. He has to. Stopping means everyone dies. The disciple is close now. The dark disciple isn't good at combat itself, Han knows, but it should only appear in the middle floors. Its presence here on the 10th is the bug bleeding into the game. An anomaly that shouldn't exist. He breaks through the last of its guards and lunges for the necromancer. But it's faster than it looks. Han is inflicted with bleeding, his HP draining. The situation's not looking good, he admits. He keeps missing the killing blow. Before I pass out, he thinks, and before all my party members die, I want to. The thought of failure of everyone he's protected dying is unbearable. So he makes a choice. He pours everything he has left into one final push. Han has entered berserk state. Bleeding, exhausted, and out of options, he goes all in. He throws himself at the disciple, one last time. Blade raised, body failing. And he strikes with everything he has. The necromancer reels under the assault. Han presses, refusing to let it escape. Closer to the kill. He drives the blade home. And the dark disciple finally falls. With its death, the army of corpses crumbles to dust. The siege at last is broken. Han drops to a knee, drained to nothing. If that's it, then it's over for us, a hero had feared. I don't know anymore, but against every odd they held. Not without a price. Shern has returned to the goddess's embrace. Damn it, Han thinks, there's no death more meaningless than this. Another one he couldn't save. He kneels in the ashes of the city he defended. The survivors gather around him. Battered, bleeding, but alive. They did the impossible. A 10-to-1 defense, won. The statue stands, the city stands. And the system finally rings out. Han, Jenna, Ielka level up. Eddie's, Roderick, Usher, Dika level up. The whole crew climbs together. Rewards, a basic fire elemental stone, 70,000 gold, MVP Han, of course, and a hero awaits promotion. Combine the promotion stones once you have all the ingredients to find the forgotten piece of memory. The 10th floor cleared, Master. The lobby's name will change to Townia, a milestone marked in blood. His roster stands proud, Party 1 and 2 minus the names they lost. Shern and Macon gone, the rest stronger for it. I was thinking about the reason we fight, Han says quietly. The reason we fight, Jenna echoes. After you left, the corpses invaded the city. The weight of command sits heavy on him. Is he too stressed? The heroes worry, watching their leader brood. But there's no time to rest. The next stage of growth opens up. Hero available for promotion, Han. You need a promotion chamber, an attachment to the synthesis chamber. The master builds it. The promotion chamber is complete. You can now promote heroes. The disposable 1-star is about to climb. Item synthesis begins. Fire, water, and wind elemental stones combine into a basic promotion stone. 87% success. Han risks it. Crash fairy power. The forge sparks to life. Congrats on the promotion. The system cheers. Han is no longer a 1-star. Now keep pushing until 7-star and tower clearing, a voice urges. I'm not sure I can reach that point, a master admits. Who else would, if not you, comes the reply. I tried my hardest, an unseen player reflects, but I could never get a 7-star hero. The dream the whole game chases, and almost no one reaches. I'll become a 2-star hero if I go inside, Han thinks, stepping into the chamber. That's something out of the master's reach, he notes. You just add the hero and materials to the promotion chamber, and the hero comes out a bit later. He's leveling himself up now, not waiting on the whale. He commits to the promotion. But inside, a strange vision. That baby isn't me, he thinks, seeing himself from outside. That kid is Han Islat, the baby that should be here instead of me. A fracture in his own identity, the player and the hero blurring. The vision pulls him deeper. A beat later, the lobby, he realizes, waking somewhere strange. This can't be anything's lobby, there aren't any facilities. He's somewhere he's never been. Isel, he calls out, but no one answers. The space is empty and wrong. Who are you, he demands of a figure. I'm, she begins. She steps into view. Moments later, she looks like Isel, Han notes, but isn't. I don't know how to introduce myself, she says. Introductions, Han scoffs. I'm sure I already know who you are. The error monster in person. You think I look like Isel, right? She says, amused. He keeps his guard up. Then she drops it. Sushro, joint CEO, Mobius Co. Are you kidding me? Han breathes. The LV-999 bug that's haunted him since the prologue is the co-founder of the company that made the game. That's a bit rude, she says. Are you the one that brought me here? Han asks. You are, aren't you? I didn't expect you to be summoned either, she admits. It wasn't on purpose. An accident, you could say. The catastrophe that ruined his life was a glitch in her own system. You're just a 1-star, she taunts when he bristles. You have some big ambitions. In time, it'll be a different story. She sees something in him no one else does. He doesn't flinch. Even with everything she is, he stands his ground. She studies him with genuine interest. Because he's not like the others. Despite the spear touching your heart, she observes, you didn't even blink. You've, she says, trailing off, impressed. She's had countless opportunities to kill me, Han reasons, but she summoned me here instead. That must mean she has some other goal. Nothing about this is an accident, not really. I've been amazed by your playing countless times while monitoring, she says. Headquarters prioritizes monitoring Niflheimer first, but how could I ignore you? I've come here to tell you the truth about this world. The truth Han has been chasing since panel 1. And finally, someone is going to give it to him. Players care more about content, she says. I'm the same. Pick-me-up story is, frankly, too stereotypical. Not much world building either. And most of the masters in the upper levels are people you've never even heard of. She's setting up a much bigger picture. Can you tell where this is? She asks. I don't really want to know, Han says, wary. It's the city where we met on the 10th floor, she reveals. But as you can see, it's in ruins. This is Silkia, the place he just defended, shown to him as a graveyard. Edola, another ruined city, flashes by. Madian, Icardia, Lilja, Halcia, Arantia, Cisnia. City after city, all destroyed. The devastation stretches to the horizon. All continents of Mobius are like this, she says. The entire world is dying. It's a bad ending, she explains. The book's characters wish to change the ending. The answer to what they should do is simple. The whole world is a story racing toward its own destruction. You need to make them change the story, she says. The masters, the players, are meant to rewrite the ending from the inside. That's why Pick Me Up was made, she reveals. The Gacha game is secretly a tool to save a dying world, and Han is one of its best operators. She lets the weight of it land. I want you to work with me, she says. Han doesn't hesitate. You're just full of it, he spits. Think about it, low-key, she presses. He's heard enough. What kind of nonsense is that? Han snaps. I'll never work with someone like you. Kill me if you want. I'll make sure to get my fair share of attacks in before you do. You're being harsh, she pouts. Even now, he won't be anyone's pawn. Not yet, he thinks privately. I'll have to become a lot stronger to kill her. I don't want to talk to you, he says aloud. Take me back. How upsetting, she sighs. He's already planning her downfall. But she's not done. The rankers above you are nothing compared to you, she says. Do you know why? Because you performed better than anyone as a master. There's something special about how Han plays. There was one piece of advice, she says. Master, trust the bond with the heroes. You were the only person to truly take it to heart. Out of 100 million masters, only you. The secret to his power wasn't luck. It was empathy. She shows him proof. Floor 1, mission type, compound, objective unknown. Out of 100 million users, only Han and 4 others cleared that brutal stage. That's why everyone from rank 6 and below is stuck on the 79th floor or lower. He's in rarefied company. Just watch what happens with me, she says, pulling up a memory. He braces himself. The floor that brought me the most despair, she says. The reason I'm showing you this is simple. Just watch what happens. It's gonna be a bumpy ride, she warns. The vision opens onto a nightmare. Pick Me Up was a random stage, and difficulty sometimes came down to luck, she narrates. But all the rankers who attempted the 80th floor pathetically failed. They called it the Wailing Wall, an impassable barrier. Even she couldn't crack it. Why are you showing me the video of when I successfully raided the 80th floor, Han asks. There isn't much to it, she says. Wait, he successfully raided it. He watches his own legend unfold. A place where the living cannot survive, she says. That's the only way I can describe it. Fragments of chaos, level 113, over 2,000 of them. Monsters beyond anything on the lower floors. Fragments of grudge, level 121, thousands more. The Wailing Wall was an ocean of death. Yes, you're right, she says. Then do you know this too? Pick Me Up has different difficulty levels depending on the account. Han's reality has been on hard mode the whole time. Was it a coincidence, she asks. The reason you could never attain a high-ranked hero wasn't bad luck. It's just that there are no heroes left in Niflheimer. His account was always running on empty. Niflheimer is one of the few S ranks discerned by the company, she explains. Crystals of Despair, level 315. The hardest difficulty in the entire game, and Han was assigned to it. Crystals of Grudge, level 311. It's still a mystery, she says. How were you able to reach the 88th floor? Against impossible odds, he climbed. The answer is on the screen. Moments later, the heroes considered the strongest in Niflheimer, she says, as they appear. Han's true army revealed. Warriors who could level the lower floors with ease. Effects of tactical posts being applied. Facility level max. He commands with a complete map of the stage, total information control. You can reorder the heroes by touching and dragging, the system notes. Han the Master, conducting a flawless symphony of violence. His heroes move as one. Precise, coordinated, unstoppable. Seize the supporting objects in order before raiding the enemy, the plan reads. The process is complex, but the goal is simple. Take note of their actions. Even his hardest raids are pure strategy. The 80th floor begins to fall. His orders, as always, are perfect, a hero notes. Failure is unacceptable. His heroes don't just obey, they believe. As we swore, the battle will begin soon. Prepare yourselves. I, the king's arrow, Nihaku Gastful, one of them announces, naming Han their king. Until the start of the mission, 8, 7, 6. I, the king's sword, Lidigian, vows another. I, the king's eyes, yearneth Sid, his inner circle sworn to him by title. And the Wailing Wall meets the only master who ever broke it. His heroes carve through the impossible. They've genuinely sworn their loyalty to you, Sushro says. They're 6 stars, dubbed the strongest in the entire server. No one can defeat them except 7 stars, I guarantee it. You've raised some monstrous heroes. And the 80th floor, the Wailing Wall, falls. Most heroes, treated as toys or pets, fall into despair, she explains. Who would be loyal to a master like that? But you were different. The secret was never the gacha. It was respect. You were Niflheimer's king, she says. Even now, Niflheimer's heroes are desperately searching for you. His real family, lost on the other side of the bug. Do you think the heroes of other lobbies would have done the same? She asks. Your play method is very unique, but also precise. He plays a game of bonds in a world built on disposability. And that is why he matters. Normally, masters control their heroes through synthesis, she says, sacrificing them like resources. I never even got a 5-star, Han reflects. I only had Surus as a 4-star, Lidigian as backbone. He built a server-topping army out of leftovers and loyalty. Because to Han, they were never leftovers. They were his people. It's not that I didn't use synthesis, Han clarifies. I only used it the least I could. Other masters synthesized 3 to 4 times a day, but you didn't, Sushro notes. He spent lives like they were precious, because they were. She lays out what set him apart. Before you were famous, most masters played with their heroes like toys, she says. They threw them out once they got bored, like they were disposable. But even with low ranks, you didn't abandon them if they showed potential. A lobby controlled with fear is bound to fall. His empathy was, quietly, a winning strategy. Did you know? She asks, leaning in. He waits for it. That's the kind of master I drew, she says, proud of her find. His true heroes flash by, Surus, Yernith Sid, Nihaku Gastful, Muden Nidek, Lidigian, the legends of Niflheimer. Did you know, she asks again, that the heroes here were all humans? The question hangs in the air. Then, the heroes were so realistic that it was difficult to believe they were made with programming, she says, because they weren't made at all. They were taken from real worlds. That was more efficient, she admits coldly. So that's why you liked me, Han says. Yes, she beams. I really wanted to talk to you in person. A god with a fan crush on a 1-star. He stays unmoved. It would have made our meeting our grave had we met on Earth, she warns. She's far more dangerous than she looks. But Han doesn't scare easy. I'm from Earth, he says. Don't push your problems onto me. Nothing to do with you, she repeats. Your Niflheimer heroes would be disappointed to hear that. I don't care, he lies. They both know he does. Since the Niflheimer team was doing great, he reflects, I took barely any losses until the 88th floor. The 90th, where the #1 ranker resides, was just within our reach. I won't cooperate with you, he says again. How interesting, she muses. He was on the verge of the very top. Then she shows him Pick-Me-Up's real prologue. The world before the fall. Taunia, the narration begins. Where humans and otherworldly species reside side by side, a continent at peace. In this peaceful and thriving land, unknown enemies invade, the beginning of the end. The continent is ripped to pieces by a dark power, the bad ending written into the world's bones. Do you know why pick-me-up is so difficult, Sushro asks. It's because you have to turn the tables on a lost war. Defy fate, Loki. But there is still hope. The game isn't a power fantasy. It's a doomed last stand. Dear Master, the prologue pleads, if you wish to save the world, climb the tower. Master, trust the bond you have with your heroes. The world's future lies in your hands. The one piece of advice only Han ever truly followed. Then, just like that, he's pulled back. Back in Anything's lobby, the Master gifts him a warhorse statue. Tip, you can gift heroes you like to raise intimacy. The whale trying to bond, clumsily. Master's gift, a hero coos. Give it to me all together if you're gonna gift me anything, Han mutters, unimpressed. Each hero has their own taste and what they want, Han explains. They won't be happy just because you gave them something. If I'm not going to use it, I might as well not have it. Even I know all of the top 100 Niflheimer heroes' likes and hobbies. A warhorse statue, he scoffs. The whale doesn't know his own team. Are you surprised, Isel asks, or do you just not have any thoughts? Then Dean, the crack of space and time. Back to the grind. Cleared it again, the system chirps. Sending us straight to the 11th floor means he's seriously mistaken, Han notes. The Master keeps overreaching. How can we get to the 100th floor with a stupid piece of work like this? Han sighs about the Master. He's climbing in spite of his player, not because of him. Still, he climbs. Floor 11 opens up. He sizes up the new threat. Skeletons, level 11, 14 of them. A fresh flavor of undead. If you pick good heroes, it'll be easy, Han says. And if you pick bad ones, you're in for a rough ride. The eternal truth of a gacha game. He audits the Master's choices. He synthesized the first 4-star with me and removed 4 of 5 picked heroes, Han recalls. But he's not necessarily unlucky. The blunders were skill, not luck. These skeletons are a pain, he grumbles. He was doing everything according to my strategy, Han notes of the Master, but he only changed after the 5th floor, after I cleared the mission where we all should have died. Success went to the whale's head. He's made plenty more errors since, mistaking a hero's ability for his own. Masters who depend wholly on their heroes, Han says, are called I'm so good patience. The most dangerous kind of confidence. Han levels up. Reward 30,000 gold or fine bone dust. The grind continues. It's been a while since I last leveled up, Han notes. Han Islat, level 11 now, basic swordsmanship 6, throw defense, flame resistance, pain tolerance, composure, berserk, horse riding. A walking arsenal of skills. He flexes his growing kit. Here he calls Isel. You always come when called. Of course, she huffs, pretending she doesn't. What is it, she asks. The questions I'm allowed to answer are limited, she warns. That's, she stammers when he pushes. I'm not allowed to, but all right, I'll answer just this once. First question, Han says. What's her name? Her, Isel asks, knowing exactly who he means. There are more than 100 million, Isel says. She goes by a different name in each world. To pick one, for Taunia, it's Tel. The error monster, the goddess, the CEO, all one entity called Tel here. Han files the name away. But my account was Niflheimer, Han notes. The 4th ranking was Ragransid. He's mapping the hierarchy he sits near the top of. What's Mobius, he asks. You mean our company, Isel says. Our companies, no, not the company. There's something bigger behind the name. A spiral galaxy with rows of countless worlds, Isel reveals. Is that the reason each account has different missions and there were no repeated heroes, Han realizes. Then each master has a different world. The scale of it is staggering, a galaxy of dying worlds, one per player. The truth keeps expanding. You can't be a master unless you're a human from Earth, Isel says. That's not what I meant, Han presses. I'm asking whether Tel did something to anything. He's worried his clueless whale is compromised. Isel considers the question. I'll stop thinking about Mobius and all these complex problems for now, Han decides. There's no need to figure everything out right now. one impossible thing at a time. Don't worry, Isel says. Anything is 100% a normal user. Can I trust that? Han asks. Yeah, I ask the main office. His player is just an ordinary, oblivious whale. That's one weight off his shoulders. No one has intervened with anything, Isel confirms. Here I go, Han says, refocusing on the climb. Back to the only thing that matters right now, getting stronger. Anything's infected with the I'm so good disease, Han diagnoses. The whale thinks his hero's wins are his own genius. Han watches the symptoms worsen and starts planning the cure. Anything's disease is still at the beginning phase, Han notes. If I take the right measures, I can turn him back to how he used to be. He's going to therapy a player who doesn't know he's the patient. Pick-me-up users' agreed method for curing this disease is to get rid of the hero the master depends on, Han explains. In other words, he has to make himself useless so the master fails and learns. A doctor prescribing his own removal. Welcome to Pick Me Up, the world chimes oblivious. Isn't it weird that it's the 12th floor already, a hero asks. We're going way too fast. It was just yesterday we cleared the 11th. The whale, drunk on success, is rushing recklessly. If we go through the 12th today, we'd have done more than 2 floors in a day, Han notes. A pace that's bound to get them killed. The 12th floor awaits. And Han springs his plan. Sometimes heroes disobey their masters. I refuse to go, he announces. Han has refused to participate. He's going on strike. I'm not going, he repeats. Are you serious? Isel gasps. You can just refuse to go, Han says. Of course, you'll have to face the consequences. I've never heard of that, a hero says. Didn't people who refuse just get dragged in before? Han knows a rule no one else does. He's betting his life on the fine print. I know what you want to say, he says. You can refuse a dungeon, but you can't refuse synthesis. He knows exactly how much risk he's taking. What about us? His teammates panic. Then Ialka joins him. If you're not going, I won't either, she declares, the spoiled noble now loyal. Solidarity, of all things. Ialka has refused to participate. Party 1 cannot be operated. Tip, heroes occasionally disobey your orders. You can resolve this by listening to their desires or punishing the instigator. The system spells out the master's options. I didn't put this tip there, Isel stammers. But Han, somehow, arranged for the master to see exactly the lesson he needs. We'll see how this goes, Han thinks, the trap set. The master reacts. Party 1 inoperable. Han, Jenna, Ialka, Aaron, all locked. His best squad just went dark on him. Anything seemed pretty stunned. He'd have known this was possible if he'd read the online tutorials, but he hadn't, so he couldn't have known. The whale who never did his homework gets a pop quiz. He pivots, summoning Party 2 instead. Eddie's Roderick, Usher, Dika. Why are we being summoned? They ask, nervous to be the backup plan. That's dangerous, a hero warns. I know, Eddie says. If you can't prove your worth to master. Han's strike puts the others on the chopping block. Are you gonna kill yourself if master tells you to? Eddie's challenges a fearful teammate. I thought you were fighting to live. Even his absence forces them to grow a spine. They steel themselves and go. Plus, I don't want to be synthesized, a hero admits. What will happen to us? Another frets. I don't know, Eddie says honestly. If I die by synthesis, Han instructs them, give up right away and never disobey master's commands again. That way, you guys won't die. There's no way you'd die, a hero protests. Yeah, well, I do admit you're very, Eddie's trails off. He's planned even for his own death. They've grown a lot. Dika is inflicted with bleeding. Dika falls into a state of fear, all stats down 30%. The sub-party fights for their lives without him. How was it? Han asks when they return, battered but alive. He can do whatever he wants, Han says of the master. The whole point is to let the consequences teach him. Then, he waits to see if the lesson lands. Like the tip said, he could just synthesize the hero who instigated this, Han notes. Of course, The heroes' stress would hit the roof and morale would crater, but they wouldn't be disobedient. Rule by fear, the losing strategy. The next day, they hit a weekday dungeon to collect elemental stones for promotion. Ialka and One, Jenna and Aaron, they paired up across 2 dungeons. And they obtained a basic fire elemental stone. The grind towards stronger heroes never stops. Han hits a wall. I got to a level where I'd need extraordinary training to climb higher, he says. I either need similarly leveled opponents or to add penalties while training. Even the prodigy has to invent his own challenges. He gives Ialka a mission, since she specializes in only one thing, to train telekinesis until she earns the skill. I can only use flame magic, she whines. Meanwhile, the master hasn't logged in for days. Did he actually quit? A hero wonders. Welcome to Pick Me Up, the system chimes, answering the question. I don't think he quit, Han says. If the I'm so good disease were this easy to cure, it wouldn't be so infamous. It's obvious what he's thinking. The whale is sulking and scheming. Master begins advanced summoning. 3 pulls, 1,500 gems. Rare, anything obtains Stein. 3 fresh heroes to replace the ones who defied him. I see, Han says. If they're anything like Roderick or Ialka, we'll need to draft them. We won't do that, he decides. We won't need to. He already senses these 3 are trouble. And he's right. I said no, One snaps. You smell like an old man, you know that? What did you just say? The other fires back. You think you're all that just because I was being nice to you. The summons are at each other's throats instantly. I'm a woman, one of them huffs, insulted. Off to a great start. They barely just got here and they're already fighting, Han observes. Were you here before us, One asks. Yeah, he sighs. He's seen this kind of train wreck coming. At that moment, they won't listen to me at all. The master must be realizing. His shiny new pulls are feral. I agree, Stein says. Who would listen to some young master lucky enough to have well-off parents? I can forgive insults against me, but not insults about my parents. Stein expresses hostility toward Maisel and Tassier. They don't even respect the whale who summoned them. The lobby teeters on a brawl. It's rare that they began fighting with their weapons the moment they were summoned, Han notes. I'll teach you some manners, One snarls. These 3 are a disaster waiting to happen. What's wrong with you guys? Han demands, stepping in. Are you all insane? Do you want to die? Hey, what are you? They balk at him. Don't be stupid, he warns. Anyway, don't fight in the lobby, Han says. I'll only let it go this time, understand? Then, he tells the master, get rid of these 2. Even Han can't salvage this batch. Then I'd prefer to be with this Opa, Maisel says, latching onto Han. The one shred of sense among them. Only the master can create a party, the system notes. Drag and drop the heroes. Stein, Maisel, Tassier join party 3. Dean, the crack of space and time. Straight into a dungeon with a team that hates each other. Off to sleep, Han yawns. What about them? A hero asks. They won't be coming back, he says flatly. He already knows how this ends. And it ends fast. Stein is inflicted with bleeding. Stein falls into a state of frenzy, attacking allies. The team implodes the moment the fighting starts. Attacking allies, the system blares over and over. Tassier returns to the goddess's embrace. Maisel returns to the goddess's embrace. Stein falls into despair, stats down 80%, then Stein returns to the goddess's embrace too. These notification sounds are really loud, Han mutters. 1,500 gems, 3 heroes, dead in minutes, all because they couldn't get along. A perfect, brutal lesson in why Han's way actually works. Tassier falls into frenzy, attacking allies. The team is destroying itself faster than any monster could. Stein falls into frenzy too, turning on his own. Without warning, Stein has killed an ally. I'm trying to sleep, Han mutters as the death notifications pile up. Tassier returns to the goddess's embrace. Maisel returns to the goddess's embrace. Stein falls into despair, stats down 80%, then he's gone too. These notification sounds are really loud. Han complains, more annoyed than horrified. Party 3 has died. 3 rare heroes, 1,500 gems wiped out by their own egos. The whale's worst purchase yet. Master, are you sure you want to log out? Loki, the heroes panic. What do we do? What if he really quits? He might, Han admits. You know what, Loki, Isel says he can't quit. In lobby time, that would be a year and 6 months. The lobby can't be maintained without a master. There'd be no interaction force. If the whale rage quits, this whole world freezes. But don't worry, she adds. If he were that weak-willed, he'd have quit a long time ago. Really, Han asks. At that moment, but why are you so desperate, she wonders, seeing through his calm. Because if you die, Han thinks I disappear. His survival is chained to a player he can't stand. Wait 6 months, he calculates. My real heroes are waiting. I guess I don't have time. Every day here is a day his true family searches for a king who can't come home. Then the whale relapses. Purchase it right away, the store tempts. Mobius cheers for the master's choices. The gold triple package, 5,000 gems and 3 gift cards, all for 90,001. Therapy by credit card. The purchase will be made through the App Store. Will you continue? The answer, of course, is yes. Rare, anything obtains the hero knock-in. What is this place? The new arrival asks. Ooh, there's women too. A more functional batch, at least. An interesting place, but I want to eat first. Who's the leader of this place? I'd like to be guided to where we'll be staying. 5 new heroes, and these ones can at least form sentences. Do you want to give it? Han considers, sizing them up. That's too much, he decides. I can hear you out at the training grounds. Eddie's, you help too. He's putting them straight to work. He sets the newcomers to training. People, I mean, Opa. A hero corrects herself, falling into Han's orbit like the rest. He drills them hard. It's actually better to do 5 gachas in a row, Han notes. Nokin, Winard, Jelen, Robil, GN all join Party 3. Nice to meet you. Sorry to begin training as soon as you arrive, but you need it. A bigger pull means a more workable squad. The new 5 weren't the worst together. One got severely injured, but they managed to complete the test. Functional, if not loyal. Still, Han keeps his eye on them. A few days later, isn't it looking bad? A hero asks. Those people, the new party, something's off about them. Han watches Party 3 closely. Leave them be, he says. More time passed. There was no mage, but the overall balance wasn't bad. Competent, but cold. It's because they were abandoned by the master, Han notes. We'll be able to overtake them if we grow a bit more. Except for that mage woman, we need her in our party. Aren't we maxed out? He's always recruiting. He keeps building his real team. You can keep talking, a hero offers water. It's nothing, Han says. I guess I'll go to bed. They don't have any concept of teamwork, he observes of Party 3. They don't even treat their fellow 1-star as human. The same disease, a different squad. Stages 13 and 14, clear. The 13th and 14th seemed easy, but the 12th was probably hard, or they just got lucky. There isn't anyone in Party 3 who's past level 10, Han notes, but anything will send them to further floors anyway. The whale gambling with borrowed lives. They're gonna catch up to us soon, a hero frets. I don't know what to do, it's up to you, another says. I'm doing what I should be, Han replies. I won't stop you if you want to transfer to their party. I don't want to join them, I don't like them. Then wait until our opportunity arrives. Patience is his weapon. Of course. Who do you think I am, Han says, supremely confident in his plan. On the other hand, the master hasn't improved at all, Han observes. The lobby has nice facilities, but it's oversaturated with heroes. New spaces opened with the 10th floor, but no new facilities got built. The whale hoards heroes and squanders them. The preparations for the 15th floor raid are going smoothly. Han notes of Party 3. And they're stealing the sofa seats in the lobby, he adds dryly. But if they successfully raid the 15th, it'll most likely get worse. Party 3 to the square. Success would only feed the master's ego and endanger Han. It'll be easy, the arrogant party assumes. Equipping Nokin, Winard, and Jelen with basic HP potions. overconfident and underprepared. What a weakness, that's a bit mean, a hero says. We can always find them again, another shrugs about replacing the dead. There wasn't anyone here when we were going to the 10th floor, Han recalls. Everyone's out to watch the show. You arrogant bastard, a Party 3 hero sneers at Han. Once I'm back, I'm gonna tell the master to give you a good scolding. Just you wait, famous last words. What'll happen if those people succeed? A hero asks. If they beat the 15th floor. Anything will be more certain of himself, Han explains, and if they succeed, he won't need us anymore. If they come back, obey master from then on, don't resist. Of course, at that point, I'll probably already have been synthesized. He's prepared to be sacrificed if his read is wrong. But he's not wrong often. This place is, Party 3 gasps, entering the 15th. Winard, Nokken, Jelen, the cocky squad. Robel and GN round out the doomed party, and the 15th floor does not care about their attitude. It eats them alive. 5 minutes since entry. Mission failed, massacre. Nokken, Winard, Jelen, Robel, GN all return to the goddess's embrace. All of Party 3 is dead already, a hero gasps. The arrogant squad lasted 5 minutes. Party 3 has been killed. The whale's golden boys gone. It must have been a special mission, Han realizes. The master threw them at something they were never ready for. Master, will you log out? The system asks the stunned player. His phone, then goodbye. This is a big problem. What do we do? The heroes panic. The whale is on the edge of quitting again. What about Party 3? A hero asks. They just went in, though, another says. That's just how bad they are, Han says. After that, anything didn't log in again for a long time. The whale retreats to sulk, and the world goes still. Days pass with no master. What do we do? What do we do? Isel frets, spiraling. Life settles into a rut. Wake up, eat breakfast, train. Eat lunch, train, more of the same. Without a master, even survival gets boring. They're all getting loose because there's no master or synthesis to worry about, Han notes. The fear that kept them sharp is gone, and discipline is slipping. He can feel the edge dulling. Master, the heroes wail at the empty sky, missing the very tyrant who terrorized them. Wait, you're gonna use the internet here. Isel gasps as Han hatches a new plan. If I can, he says, ever the schemer. He dives into the game's own internet. If you're just going to look, you'll have more than an hour, Isel explains. But if you want to directly intervene by posting or commenting, you'll have much less time. That does sound difficult, Han says. Yeah, I hate it, she pouts. Even browsing the forums has a cost here. Yourself, she asks. If possible, Han says, planning something bigger than reading. Okay, he says and gets to work. He pulls up the master's profile. Han Islat, Jenna, Aaron, Eddie's Usher. Who drew them, the comments ask, mocking the master's whole roster. The community has found anything, and they are merciless. He scrolls the roast. Maybe I should have posted anonymously, Han thinks a little late. Good work, I got it done. Did it go well, Isel asks. Really, he says, the schemer has lit a fire. And the comments pour in. Text of the heavens, a player gasps. There are rumors the public tutorial isn't the complete one, that the real tutorial is kept by Loki. Apparently that book has everything about the game, a legendary strategy guide written by Han himself. It's almost like a thesis, the players whisper. It really existed. I can't say it contains every single thing about pick-me-up, Han admits, but it's true that it's thorough. His life's work finally surfacing. Moments later, it's about as long as 3 to 4 books, since I didn't think anyone else would read it, Han says. Give it here, the master practically begs. The cure arrives in the form of homework. And the whale opens the book. Han is happy with the warhorse statue. He read the entire thing, Han notes. The master devoured Loki's tutorial cover to cover. The student is finally listening. If he really intends to climb to the top of the tower, Han thinks, watching for the change. At that moment, if you have the will, the tutorial says, anything is possible. The whale just needed someone to show him how. Behind it all, Party 3's failures fade into the past. Winard, Knockin, Jelan, Robil, GN, mission failed, all of them. The cost of the lesson. Loki, what if the master didn't change? Isel worries. Han just keeps reading the system. It depends on how fast the intervention points are collected, he says. What's an intervention point anyway? Isel asks. It's what Mobius uses to mess with cause and effect and the rules. The hidden currency of reality itself. Gems, Han realizes, they're the physical embodiment of intervention points, a jewel containing the power of creation. So that's the kind of power spending real money had. Every whale purchase is literally bending the laws of a world. A staggering truth. That's a Scrooge amount. Han whistles at the gem totals. We're going out for the first time in a while, he announces. We rested for way too long. Party 1 is operable. The master is back, and so are they. Aren't you itching to fight, he asks. Not really, a hero says. Yeah, itching, another corrects nervously. After the synthesis they've seen, eagerness is the safer answer. Don't worry about that, Han says. Eddie's, Master asked you to join Party 1 temporarily, reinforcing his squad for the climb. As you can see, what about Master, a hero asks. The change is already showing. Eddie's joins Party 1. Open, crack of space and time. I won't be able to stay long, she warns. I don't intend to ask you to stay long, Han says, always thinking in the long game. Climb the tower and save the world, the banner reads. Main dungeon, current floor. The gates will open in 10 seconds, get ready. Floor 8, mission type, subjugation, annihilate the enemies. It's the 8th floor, Han notes. Time to see how far they've come. Goblin riders, level 9, 27 of them. The same cavalry charge that nearly killed them before. But this time is different. Ialka's fire erupts on command. Ignite, she calls, and the riders burn. She can cast in 10 seconds what used to take her 40, Han observes. The glass cannon has become a machine gun. The fight that was once a nightmare is over in moments. Eren and Ialka level up. Reward, gold, and leather. A cakewalk now. Since Jenna can shoot so much faster now, Han notes I'll be able to trust her to have my back. Were you bored, he asks. It was fun to watch, she says. Eddie's hasn't adjusted to the party yet, but she's clever. She'll find her role soon. MVP Ialka, who's gotten much more flexible with her magic. His investments are all maturing at once. I get tired when I use magic, Ialka complains. You won't have to work too much, don't worry, Han soothes. I don't trust you, she snaps. I've been deceived by those words too many times. Then, Master, there's a member available for research. Why don't you try starting a research? The system suggests. Accomplishments from research are the basis of a smooth functioning lobby. The base evolves into an R&D lab. The magic hall, why did you bring me here? Ialka asks. I told you, you won't have to exert yourself physically, Han says, signing her up for brain work instead. Research options, hero reaction, facility expansion, dungeon depth. You earn research points by putting members in the lab. The deeper systems of the game finally open up. Researcher recommended list, Ialka. Will you name Ialka as the researcher? Don't just pop out of nowhere like that, she yelps at Isel. You scared me. Shush, get used to it, Isel says. The mage becomes a scholar whether she likes it or not. She is not thrilled. Why do I have to? Ialka whines. Master ordered you to. Do as he says if you don't want a lecture, Isel says. The noble grumbles, but she complies. She cracks open the research books. You have earned 1 research point. The current research speed is 10 per hour, 10 gems spent each hour. 10 points per hour is very bad, Han notes. The efficiency isn't good. Every system here has a learning curve. 3 hours per day, the system suggests. Tip, the researcher may be disgruntled if you set too long a time. Don't forget they have their own lives too. Without warning, 3 hours, Ialka shrieks. No, this hurts my head. Ialka expresses contempt. This isn't easy, I'm already dying trying to solve it. On top of everything, I'm being treated like a slave. The whining never stops, but neither does her progress. I sell a request to master, Han prompts. Han wants a fur coat. Will you gift it to him? 3,000 gold. The master, now eager to please, obliges. You have a way to change his mind. A hero marvels at Han's quiet influence. The master works through the weekday dungeons and has weapons created in the equipment center, finally playing the game right. Master has definitely changed, Han concludes. The cure worked. The whale is becoming a real commander. Hey, Han calls Aaron over. I think you're pretty talented, he says. Do you have any interest in learning magic? To learn magic, Aaron asks. It'd be hard for just me to teach you, but it'd be possible with the books here. Han the mentor, spotting potential everywhere. Han Islat can choose a class from 3 stars onward, he explains. At this rate, I'll probably become a warrior. But if I fulfill the conditions, I can open the path to a hidden class. One of those is the mage swordsman. Just because it's hidden doesn't mean it's strong, though. No thanks, Aaron says. I like to focus on one thing. Guess I was correct, Han muses, reading people as easily as he reads the game. Me, Han says when asked about his past. I was a farmer, still keeping that cover even now. Ialka, by contrast, was a daughter of a renowned family before this, but the family was ruined because of war. Everyone here is running from a story that already ended badly. The bass hums with new purpose. Then something shifts in the air. What is that? A hero gasps. It's beginning, Han says. His grown, hardened party, Aaron, Han, Jenna, Ialka, Eddie's, braces for whatever comes next. Research hero reaction has become level 1. The base's brain power starts paying off. A research deity has blessed the lobby. The system declares, rewarding their study. There are 3 options in research, Han notes, hero reaction, lobby expansion, and dungeon depth. The base is becoming a true institution. What's this? A hero asks, noticing something new in their vision. A stat window, Han realizes. I guess you can see it, he says. That shows your abilities in numbers. His half-master sight is bleeding over to the others. Intermediate flame magic, telekinesis, Ialka reads off her own panel. Those are your skills, Han confirms. For the first time, the heroes can see exactly what they're made of. Hyung Nim, a weird light ray ghost keeps chasing me. Aaron panics, flailing at his own UI. Some take to the new sight better than others. What is this then? A hero asks, poking at the floating numbers. The whole party gets a crash course in their own stats. You already knew, Han asks Jenna. I heard you mumble to yourself sometimes, she admits, so I just copied what you said. She reverse-engineered his cheat by listening. I did feel like I'd gotten stronger after a fight, Aaron realizes. I guess that's when I leveled up. I can't believe it, a hero says. This isn't possible even for a great mage. Han's casual knowledge is borderline divine to them. I just came across it, Han deflects. Just came across it, a hero scoffs. What kind of excuse is that? Opa has lived before all of us, Jenna defends. Yeah, Han shrugs. I have a lot of experience. The understatement of the century. And it's true your advice was helpful, a hero admits. Right, his advice is amazing, the others chime in. You're great at kissing ass, Han says. The fan club is in full swing. We've come so far, Han reflects, looking at the team he built from terrified farmers. Of course, if it comes to that, it'd be time to say goodbye too, he thinks, the looming weight of his real life pulling at him. The next day, the stat window knowledge spreads to everyone through Jenna. And not everyone could see their stat windows, Han notes. The sight is a gift, and not all of them have it. Another thing that sets his crew apart. He keeps drilling them harder. Is that a skill too? A hero asks, watching Han move. I can't get even one hit in. That's not fair, another complains during sparring. The gulf between Han and the rest is still enormous. How? A hero gasps as Han disarms them effortlessly. Are you trying to kill me? A trainee yelps. It's fine as long as I don't kill you with one hit, since we're in the lobby, Han says cheerfully. Train with real weapons, real stakes, just a respawn away. He pushes them to the edge of death and back. Real weapons instead of training ones, Han insists. Fight until your opponent is at death's door, he tells them. Only by touching the line do they learn to walk it. He sure is amazing, a hero whispers. I heard he was a farmer, is that true? No way, it's gotta be a lie. No farmer fights like that. His legend grows with every spar. What kind of training is this? A hero groans. Are you gonna surrender? Aaron's waiting, Han says. Aaron's record, 32 matches, 32 losses. A perfect, painful 0, and he keeps coming back for more. Then here I come, Aaron says, charging in again. A dagger, Han notes, as Jenna tries something new. She weaves between melee and range. Geez, where did you learn that? Han asks. I just thought of it, she says. Raw instinct from a self-taught prodigy. Interesting, Han murmurs, genuinely impressed. Force him to dodge with the first arrow, Jenna reasons, then use the second or third to aim at his weak spot. She's developing her own combat doctrine on the fly. It's gotten much harder to avoid, Han admits. Jenna's basic archery has become level 6. The hunter's daughter is becoming a master. He pushes her harder still. I won't lose, right? A hero hopes against hope. Han just smiles and resets. Amazing, that's pure talent. The watchers marvel at Jenna. The diamond in the rough he spotted on day 1 is shining now. The whole party climbs together, sharpened by relentless training, and Han keeps studying every one of them. He spars Jenna at full speed. I can't close the distance between us, he thinks. I need to use the shield only in case of emergency. Even Han has to adapt to her growth. If I can detect the intent behind the arrows, he reasons, reading her shots before they fly. And then it clicks. Han's throw defense levels up to 3, his basic swordsmanship to 7, and Han obtains insight. Sparring his own prodigy made him stronger. He turns the new sense over in his mind. A whole new layer of the fight opens up to him. This my 19th life, a stray thought flickers, a hint of something far stranger in Han's past. Aaron Opa, how many skills do you have? Jenna asks. Basic spearmanship, pain tolerance, and flame resistance, those 3, he says. What about you? They compare notes like proud students. Han pulls up his own sheet. My berserk and composure are some examples, but those are special cases, Han says. But he trails off. Jenna has 9 skills. The genius is outpacing even him in breadth. He just shakes his head, proud. Beginning item combination. Basic fire, water, and wind elemental stones. Result, a basic promotion stone, 87% success. The path to 2 stars opens for the whole team. Will you proceed with the combination? Failed to combine, ingredients consumed. It failed despite the 87% Han size. Now I can get a promotion too, right? A hero hopes. You're a 2-star too, time goes by. Even the favorable odds bite sometimes. You have obtained a basic promotion stone. Second tries the charm. I'm level 12, Han tallies. Ialka is 8, Aaron 9, Jenna 10 now. I won't die, right? A hero asks. The whole crew is climbing in lockstep. And then a milestone. The hero's forgotten memories have awakened. Jenna's promotion is complete. She is now a 2-star. The hunter's daughter takes her next step toward greatness. Jenna Tsure, no longer disposable, ascends. The forest where I used to live was on fire. A newly promoted hero murmurs, haunted. Bullshit dream, another scoffs, but it shakes them. The promotions are stirring up buried memories. At that moment, the visions linger. That was it, a hero realizes. It felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Seems like the normal promotion process just awakens some forgotten memories, Han notes. The higher they climb, the more they remember. Right now, at about 4 or 5 star, they'll realize the truth, Han thinks. The full horror of their situation is waiting at the top. And what happened to their world, he adds grimly. Not long after, Aaron also went through his promotion. Aaron Delcut, 2-star, another step up the ladder. The whole team is rising. I still have something to do, Han says, restless. You work harder than me, I need to try harder too, Aaron vows. You're gonna ruin your body if you overwork yourself, a hero warns him. Han's drive is contagious. He drills himself, even in the dead of night. Chasing the perfect technique. Strike after strike. Hunting for the missing piece. It's incomplete, he frowns. I did get stronger, but I can't focus my power where I want. If I activate Berserk, I'm stronger, but my skills lose efficiency and I lose my composure. If composure and Berserk could synergize, they'd combine, he reasons, eyeing his swordsmanship and shield technique too. He's trying to evolve his very skill set. What brings you here so late? Han asks a visitor. I wanted to ask you something before I go to the 12th floor, a rival hero says. Your party isn't made of people used to battle, right? Jenna was a forest keeper, Aaron a hunter, and you a farmer. They've noticed his crew of amateurs keeps climbing. Your party climbed the 12th floor, the rival marvels. How does a team of farmers do what trained warriors can't? The answer matters more than they know. 3 people were synthesized to me, the rival admits. You should know the answer by now. He sacrificed his own to get this far. Han just looks at him. No, the rival falters. Whatever appears in the stage is just a monster. All you have to do is kill it, he says. You may see it like that, Han replies, but not your party members. If that's true, the rival says, I need to get new members. He's missed the entire point. And that blindness will cost him. Do you think it'll be the 11th floor again? A hero asks Han, sensing a hard one coming. Just do what you need to, no matter what happens, Han tells his team. I know, a hero says. Do better if you know, he replies. Cryptic, but he's bracing them for something ugly. It's a subjugation type, a hero notes on the next floor. Where are the enemies? The map is empty, which is never a good sign. They advance, weapons ready. Then a voice. Stop, put down your weapons and state your identities, not a monster's roar. What, a hero gasps. The enemies this time are people. The heroes freeze. Aaron, Han, Jenna, Ialka, Eddies, all staring down other human beings. What, human soldiers, a hero repeats, unable to process it. Hyung Nim, they aren't monsters, a hero pleads. Killing a goblin is one thing, this is murder. No, that's not, another stammers. We should talk to them first. I agree, we might be able to get some information about this place. The instinct to reach out, to be human, kicks in. But Han's read is colder. They're different from NPCs, he says. They can see us. That means they're enemies. What are you doing? Raise your weapons. He knows what happens to those who hesitate. Are you guys? A soldier calls out, summoned like me. The enemies are summoned heroes too, pawns of a rival master. For a moment, there's almost peace. 2 doomed sides, recognizing each other. But the game doesn't allow mercy. Thank you, a soldier says as the heroes lower their guard. The tension eases, just slightly. I would like to talk to you, a soldier says. We would like to talk too, a hero answers. The soldier begins. It's too complex to really say, the soldier hedges. Why don't you come closer? The hairs on Han's neck rise. Put down your weapon first, the soldier urges. My colleagues are a bit fearful. We don't intend to fight, so don't worry, we just want to go back. Every word is a hook. The trap tightens. You guys come here without your weapons, the soldier insists. That's gonna be difficult, Han says, refusing to disarm. But others aren't so wary. We're unarmed, as you can see, a trusting hero says, stepping forward. Exactly what the trap needed. And the jaws close. Now we can talk, the soldier says. But you know, I keep hearing this endless voice in my head, the same compulsion that drives them all. Right now too, the soldier says, eyes going blank. Oh, what is it saying? Too, the soldier whispers. Kill you guys, the soldier screams and strikes. The heroes who hesitated to attack all ended up dead. Mercy, in this world, is a death sentence. Blades flash in the ambush. Blood hits the ground. The trusting fall first. And however they may be, Han thinks cutting down the attacker, an enemy is an enemy. The brutal lesson learned in real time. He moves to save who he can. "Hey, you," he barks at a frozen teammate, snapping them out of their shock. "Do you still want to try talking to them?" Han asks, the bodies of the merciful at their feet. The answer, written in blood, is no. "If we don't kill, we'll be killed instead," a hero accepts, the lesson finally sinking in. "I was prepared for this," Han says. He knew this floor was coming and steeled them for it. He cuts down the ambushers without hesitation. "I told you," he says. "It doesn't matter whether the enemy is a monster or a human. And here's the secret. What I considered most important in choosing party members wasn't strength or talent, but mentality. The ones who can do what must be done are the ones who survive." "Prepare for battle," he commands. Party 1, Aaron, Han, Jenna, plus Ialka and Eddie's, hardened now, ready to do the ugly work. These guys aren't normal, Han can tell. Something is deeply wrong with these human enemies. Ialka unleashes her fire. "Ignite," she calls, and the enemy line burns. The heroes carve through them. Screams echo across the field. "Weak," Han notes, cutting one down. Strong-willed, but no match for his team. They press the attack, and the enemy falls. "Return," a hero gasps, because the dead are getting back up. Han recognizes the wrongness immediately. He examines the fallen. "They've been brainwashed," he says. "I've seen it a few times. These aren't free people." "Are they the same people?" a hero asks. "Yes," Han confirms. "I definitely killed them, but they're the same as last time. Their blood is black and thick. It's just like hers. The mark of Tell's corruption runs through them." "There's too little proof to be sure," Han admits. Jenna and Eddie's level up. Reward, gold, leather, MVP Han. Another grim victory. "I'll do the same too," a hero resolves. "You mean get used to murdering?" Han asks. "Monsters and humans, there is no difference. The world has made killers of farmers." The floors keep coming. Then, the equipment, people, and formations were all different, Han observes of the enemies, but there was one similarity. They were all hostile toward us, no matter what. Whoever controls them leaves no room for peace. But fighting human form monsters increases stress a bit faster than regular ones, Han notes. Anything seemed to notice and didn't make us grind. The reformed whale is finally reading his heroes. He's learning to lead. Aaron 13, Han 15, Jenna 13, Ialka 11, Eddie's 11. Because of Ialka and Eddie's high starting ranks, their EXP doesn't go up very fast, Han notes. That's the bad thing about high-rank heroes. The equipment workshop begins operating too. Every system optimized. Equipping Han with basic HP potions, the system readies him for the next climb. It's expensive. A hero winces at the cost. The economy of survival is brutal. Basic HP potion broke. Tip: sometimes items break while in possession. Even the gear betrays them occasionally. No, it's not. Ialka stammers when caught slacking. "I don't know, it's Master's fault for overworking me. Anyway, that's it. The noble's excuses never improve." "What are you talking about?" Han sighs. "I'm being strict. It would be a problem if they started rebelling," he reasons. "A leader has to be firm, even with the comic relief. Climb the tower and save the world. Stages conquered, 14. I don't know exactly what kind of mission it'll be," Han says. "It's not a connected quest like the 10th floor. We'll make it if we do it like usual. Cautious, but confident." "If we just do as you say, right?" a hero asks. "Don't depend on me too much," Han warns. He's trying to make them strong, not dependent. Han Islat, level 15, sword shield technique 7, insight 4, and a deep skill list. "It's already been 2 months since I got here," he reflects, "and I haven't even taken a break." Then, the recording feature. You can record a stage challenge to view anytime after purchase. Not a bad habit, Han decides. Will you purchase the record feature for 300 gems? He's building a film room to study his own battles. Congratulations, Master. You can now watch the hero's records anytime. Helpful for raising insight and judgment. Even if Master can't interfere in missions yet, that will change on the higher floors, Han notes. There are 2 characteristics worth mentioning about the next mission. It was said we'd all die if that statue was destroyed. Han recalls of the 10th floor. The objective is never just survival. The previous teams probably didn't even get to fight, he reasons. They failed the mission without knowing anything, and the consequence was death. So what we have to do once we're in there is find out what the mission is as soon as possible. Information is the first weapon. 15, a hero asks. That's the second characteristic, Han says. Time flows differently between the lobby and the stage. Taking that into account, we have about 15 minutes. A ticking clock on top of everything. Once we're in there, we'll gather information within 3 minutes and start the mission, Han plans. Every second is budgeted. They step through the gate. And into the unknown. This floor is a city too, a hero notes. Don't you trust anything, I'm telling you it's real. A bustling, living place. They must be NPCs, Han says. It's very peaceful here, unlike on the 10th floor. Which makes him even more suspicious. Floor 15, mission type guard. Objective, protect a certain individual, not kill, protect. Wants us to find that one person amongst this crowd, a hero gasps. A needle in a haystack with lives on the line. Han Islat, Aaron, Jenna, Ialka, Eddie's scanning a sea of faces. Find one person in all of this, the challenge sinks in. The teams before knew the mission but couldn't tell who the enemy was, Han reasons. They hadn't been to the 10th floor, so they might have thought the goal was to kill the civilians. There are 2 possible reasons for their deaths. Either they were attacked while killing civilians, or the person they were supposed to protect died. He's reverse engineering failure again. They're probably supposed to die soon, Han says. Who are we supposed to protect? The target is somewhere in this crowd, marked for death. I do, Hyungnim, a hero says, spotting a clue. Its many interconnected roads allow for great trade, Han observes. So it's in Townia. He's placing the city on the map of the dying world. It's one of the top 3 temples, excluding the holy city, a hero notes. Ah, White Silver Hall, I've heard of it, I heard it's giant. Then are these people heading there? It seems like it, there must be some kind of event going on. The crowd is a pilgrimage. Support me, please, a voice cuts through the noise. The target perhaps calling out. Han's head snaps toward it. And the crowd parts around the moment. He moves toward the voice. Holy, a hero breathes, as the scene reveals itself. The mission and its target are finally in view. Don't you get it, Han says, the danger clicking for him first. He reads the threat in an instant. That means they're enemies, he realizes. The cavalry NPCs and other soldiers on the 10th floor couldn't see us, but these can. Moments later, that means they're not normal NPCs, Han concludes. But they might not be, a hero hopes. It's possible, Han allows. Don't worry, I didn't kill them. He's careful not to slaughter the innocent by mistake. Aaron, is that the White Silver Hall? Han asks. Yes, the kid confirms. One of the grandest temples in Townia and the heart of this mission. The crowd surges toward its gates, and the heroes push against the tide. Everyone quiet, a herald cries. The sun's successor is making her entrance. Do not cause a ruckus. There's no time, Han decides. We're going to enter the temple. A holy event is unfolding and their target is inside. Move, unless you want to die, Han warns the crowd, forcing a path. Are you heretics? A guard demands. Heretics, a hero repeats, baffled. The temple sees invisible invaders and labels them blasphemers. Is this what a heretic is? Han mutters, as the guards turn hostile. Human soldiers, level 13, and an unidentified enemy, level unknown. Correct, Han says. You're so bold, a guard sneers. Phew, geez, the difficulty just jumped. No, Han says. I only believe in myself. And he glances at his team, His faith is in the bonds he built, not in any god. Drive out the heretics, the guards roar. Get through them, Han orders his party. They have to reach the target, not win a war. Steel clashes in the holy halls. The guards swarm them. But Han's crew is battle-hardened now. They carve a path through the temple. Just keep running instead of trying to fight them all, Han commands. Stop them, the guards shout. Speed over slaughter. The target is probably hiding somewhere in this temple, Han reasons. I don't know how, but they'll probably die soon. The clock is the real enemy here. If we don't manage to find them in time, he doesn't finish the thought. The consequence is the same as always, death for everyone. Floor 15 mission type guard. Protect a certain individual. Party 1, Han, Eren, Jenna hunting through the chaos. Plus Ialka and Eddies sweeping the halls. We only have a few minutes left, Han notes, the window closing fast. They split up to search faster. Floor 15, objective, protect a certain individual. Remaining time, unknown. Han races against a clock he can't even see. He checks phase after phase, cutting down guards as he goes. Searching every room. There's no change in the message window, Han notes of one civilian. It's not him. The hallways must be the entrances, he deduces, narrowing the search. He pushes deeper into the temple. We'll catch up with you soon, his team calls. Get him, a guard shouts. I'll kill you, another screams. The heroes are outnumbered but unbowed. Where are you, Han thinks, hunting the target. That old man, wasn't it? Everyone, quiet, the herald repeats. The sun's successor is making her entrance. The holy ceremony and the assassination are on a collision course. I am Kyle von Strauss, a voice declares, a new player entering the scene. Han turns toward the name. Where are you, he presses, the seconds bleeding away. Closer to the truth. Not everyone here can see us, Han realizes. Some are real NPCs, some are enemies. The crowd is a minefield of friend and foe. There he spots movement. He fights his way toward it. Guards fall in his wake. The temple becomes a battlefield. He doesn't slow down. Every hallway is another gauntlet. But he's getting closer. Death to the heretic, the guards chant, hunting him through the sacred halls. He weaves through the onslaught. There are citizens waiting at the square, a guard reports. But is there some trouble in the garden? I think there's an invader. We'll take care of them, do not worry. The temple mobilizes against the unseen heroes. Han presses toward the garden, where the target must be. He carves through the last of the guards and breaks into the inner sanctum. The ceremony unfolds ahead of him. The sun's successor, and whoever he's meant to save. Time is almost up. He scans the holy ground for the one face that matters. The target, somewhere in this sacred chaos. And Han closes the distance, racing the clock, and an assassin he hasn't even seen yet. He breaks into the heart of the temple and finds her, the person he was sent to protect. I appreciate the chance you have given me, the target says. I won't forget it. Of course, Han answers. The bond forms in an instant, the way his bonds always do. Invader, the guards bellow, closing in. Get through the guards, Han orders, shielding the target with his own body. He cuts a way out. But for her, a hero gasps, realizing who they're risking everything to save. Han Islat, Eren, Jenna, Ialka, Eddies, now guarding a target with the whole temple after them. Then a blow lands wrong. Eren is inflicted with poison, his HP draining over time. The mission just got far more complicated. I'm okay, Eren insists, gritting through it. He never was good at admitting weakness. They run, dragging their wounded in their charge. Party 1, Eren, Han, Jenna, fleeing the temple, plus Ialka and Eddies covering the retreat, and the 50th chapter brings them to a knife's edge. They duck into the back alleys. Don't let them escape, the guards roar behind them. The chase spills into the streets. I think they mean you, Han tells the target. No way, she breathes, realizing she's the one marked for death. Moments later, the hunt closes in. Kill them, the guards chant. Han, this way, Jenna calls, finding an opening. We'll reach the outskirts if we follow this path, Han says, threading the maze of streets. They put distance between themselves and the temple. Let's rest here for a bit, Han decides. How can we, a hero protests? We'll rest 5 minutes before continuing. Even a heartbeat counts when the clock's against you. They'll find us soon, Han warns. It'll be worse if we get surrounded here. If Ialka can charge her flame magic to the 3rd level, we'll be able to open up a path. Always a plan inside the plan. But Eren is fading. Well, Han hesitates, weighing an impossible choice. He looks at his poisoned friend. Oppa, isn't there a way to treat him? Jenna pleads. What kind? Han asks. He weighs their dwindling options. If she does, he thinks, calculating Ialka's mana and Eren's clock. He makes a decision. The kind only a leader can make. At that moment, the kind that costs him. He hands over the potions. If we couldn't catch up, Han says, I think this is that moment. The scenario he prepared them for has arrived. He studies his team. I want us to go together, Jenna says, voice cracking. The thought of splitting up terrifies them. But Han starts, knowing what has to happen. He looks each of them in the eye and makes the call. What about you? Jenna asks, dreading the answer. He doesn't flinch. Bringing Eren along is too much for us to handle, Han explains. Protecting one person and protecting 2 are very different matters. Cold math, with his friends' lives as the variables. He divides his forces. What? A hero breathes, not wanting to hear it. It won't work otherwise, Han says. Drink 1 every 10 minutes, he tells Eren, pressing the potions into his hand. A lifeline and a goodbye in the same breath. That's my decision to make, Han says firmly. We're gonna divide the party. Command means carrying the weight of these choices alone. He lays out the gambit. You will protect Eren until this kid escapes, he orders. So we just help Eren Oppa, a hero asks, still not seeing the full plan. But Han always sees the full plan. And it'll be harder for us to protect her, Han admits. We're just taking a different approach. Different approach, a hero echoes. This stage's first objective was to find the target to protect and rescue. Floor 15 mission type, guard, protect a certain individual. He's about to rewrite the whole strategy. All right, Han says. I knew they wouldn't let us clear the mission so easily. We are going to try to infiltrate the crowd instead. We will escape tonight. From brute force to subterfuge, the farmer turned king adapts again. And there, with a poisoned friend, a hunted girl, and a city of enemies closing in, Han Seojin makes his next impossible bet. The climb is far from over, and pick-me-up is only getting started.